Meow. Looking at meow all the time. Meow. Come on, little girl. Coming inside. Come on. What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back, Megan. Excuse me. Hey, already starting with the roses. Welcome in, everybody. Namaste. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just kidding. You're my cat. It's like as soon as I hit the green light, he's like, meow, 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 meow. Singing harmony? He's in here singing harmony. Meow. All right. Special day plan today, fellers. Welcome in, Coach. The team is growing. The community is expanding. Major plans for everybody involved. If you didn't know it, if you're new here, I do these videos every day. I'm a former homeless drug addict. I was intravenously addicted to meth and heroin. And I changed my life using neuroscientific principles, practices, rewiring my mind. See, right now, if you've been living your life the same way for 10, 20, 30 years, you have a lot of neurocircuitry established to keep your life the way that it is. And the only way to change that is to take the pen out of the comfortable hand and put it in the uncomfortable hand. Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much. Today, we're moving on with the predicates of willpower. I see the numbers are here. I feel like all 9 of you, is a very significant number, are here to learn. Thanks for the follow. Excuse me with my congestion. You'll hear that happen multiple times today. Hope I don't run out of Wadi. Holly. Not holy. Come on, dyslexic tendencies. Die! Dyslexic tendencies. All right. Comment down below where you're from. Are you new here? Have you been here before? All the people joining in, consider sticking around. Is the background not cool enough for you yet? Oh, it's reversed? Fuh. 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 All right, what about now? Better? Southern Illinois. Welcome in. Nashville? I'm from Memphis. Unfortunately. Welcome in, guys. I do these videos with purpose. I'm getting pretty good at it. It's practiced, rehearsed for 3 years. I was an intravenous addict, and I was living under a bridge at Get Well and 9 Arnold Road in Memphis. And my shop was right next to the Motel 6. And the Motel 6 had all the dope men. And they would front me anything that I want. Because they knew how much money I made. And they knew where to come if I didn't pay. So I was stuck in the cycle of spending and using. To where I was broke on Friday. Or paid on Friday, broke on Friday. I'm sorry. Australia in the house. We want you in our WhatsApp community. We're trying, so co-create oneness. The idea is this. Are you in recovery? Comment down below if you're in recovery. Because here's the thing. Worldwide, we have this system that teaches powerlessness, and it's not backed by science, and it hasn't changed in 100 years, and that spells indoctrination and dogma. When you have scientific fact that proves something wrong, then you should change the program. You should innovate, right? Recovery innovated. So my life's purpose is to end homelessness and to provide a permanent solution for addiction. It's already here. I've just organized it in my own unique way. And I hope that you would stick around and learn the 9 predicates of willpower, because it's working for a lot of people. You're about to get on my nerves, Cayman. It's like he feels the energy. His paw's sticking under the door right now. You look like Christopher. You hear that stutter? I stutter a lot. It's okay. I'm going to go let the cat out. Go. Fucker. See, let me just hint at this. That's another opportunity from the universe for you to practice what? Patience. If you ask God, the universe, Buddha, Allah, Krishna, you can't get wet by the word water. If you ask the divine for patience or for courage, for confidence, is it automatically given to you? Or does opportunity show up in your life for you to practice? So the 9 predicates of willpower are just that. They're 9 predicates that are founded, that are established on action. Thanks for the follow, Blue. So I fully intend to replace 12-step recovery in my lifetime with this vision. This is a better vision, right? First off, anybody a believer of this? I have studied and looked very deeply into the formation of the world we live in. And it came from the mixing and mingling of Anglo-Saxon with Nordic people. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla's got it pretty much right. From Assassin's Creed Origins to Assassin's Creed Odyssey to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the order is dominant. And so this order became the Templars. And that order established this country. And the Library of Congress was built by Freemasons. And this book is in the Library of Congress. And you're court ordered into a program if you admit that you have a problem with a substance. So they created a boogeyman called addiction. And although we need a word to explain the choices you're making, it still doesn't involve involuntary action. Addiction still involves free will. So I will eliminate all the dogma. I've exposed them. I've gone through their entire book. I can't lose that page. Disorganization on my part. More things I need to practice. Being more organized. This book is full of them. You see all these highlights? That's everything you shouldn't read out loud using I and we. Why? Why is that? Comment down below if you know. Whatever follows I am, you will become. So a lot of people try to argue this point with me because I showed that how they're saying I am powerless over my addiction and my life is unmanageable. That's the first step. Well, no, it says we were. We were. Nope. Let me explain how and why that is not the case. As soon as okay. This is an anonymous group of people that are giving you their perspective. In order to get you to believe this perspective, they had to validate in the AA book. They get your trust through validation of a doctor's opinion. Okay? Because you wouldn't listen to an anonymous group of people if you didn't know who they were or what they were about, right? Okay. Well, we admission is required of the subconscious mind. Ziggy. So many distractions and interruptions today. Thank you. we admitted is required of the subconscious mind. If you admit it, I am. Subconscious doesn't know the difference in reality or a dream. It is the subjective universe inside of you. And it only accepts and makes true in your life what you deem as true. That truth could be a lie. It could be false. And if it's accepted from you as truth, you're programmed. You're indoctrinated. You're powerless. Your life is unmanageable. So what they have here, it's clever. It's clever. They write in third person. They use were, which is past tense. But if you read it from on the grounds of this, picture this, and these people are standing right in front of you, and this is what they're telling you. We were powerless over our addiction. They're speaking from what they admitted to when they started. We were powerless. That's the same thing as saying, I am powerless. We admitted that we're powerless over our addiction and our life is unmanageable. That's the first step. Here's how they get you. In the second step, you came to believe, and belief becomes reality, my friends. Whatever you believe, it becomes true. That a power, let's look at that word. Look at the word, it's capitalized. It should not be capitalized. It's a full sentence. This is not a noun. So what is the power that you're denoting power to? This program. Go to meetings 5 days a week. 90 meetings in 90 days. 66 days is all it takes to create a habit. Habits involve what you think, say, and do. Go fuck yourself, bro. See, they would rather spread the hate than focus on the life. It's sad. I bet you there's more like him, and that they do that more often than they condemn. Than they... Oh, come on, brain. They do that way more often. They spread that hate way more often than they're compassionate and encouraging to other people. And to those that have not, that which you have will be taken away. So, yeah, in the second step, you come to believe that a power greater than yourself. The only channels of God's action are inner speech and your action. And if those channels are not in alignment, God can't answer your prayers or work in your life. The divine intelligence that works for you cannot work if your inner speech, the way you communicate to yourself, and your actions are not in alignment. You have to be trying. The prodigal son tells you that a gift given too soon is not a gift. You will squander it. You'll throw it away. You won't be ready for it. If God gives you $1 million and you don't know how to be a millionaire, then you're going to lose it all. Thank you guys for coming in here to support and encourage, because what I'm building here, what we are building here, Coach Joe's right here in the comments. I'll give him the floor towards the end of the live. He's my coach. He's part of this. He's my partner. He sees the vision. How do you replace 100 years of indoctrination and false belief? A worldwide network of coaches that are willing to help homeless people and addicts overcome their circumstances, reprogram their mind, create better habits, experience success. Sound like a better path to recovery? At Co-Create Oneness, we don't celebrate the time that you quit, like the white key tag that anchors you to the last time you used. We celebrate your recovery end date, which is about 6 months into the program, after you have developed new habits, committed your life to a passion and purpose of your choosing. After all of that, and then you working a few months and experiencing some success, some accolades, then you celebrate that. That's called your recovery end date. Anchor yourself to that. Let's get rid of this. This is garbage. This is indoctrination. Let's move into the meat. We use a 9-step system backed by numerology. I'm a big fan. And if anything, if you don't want to involve all this ethereal, esoteric thinking, it's still grounded in personal growth. Everything that I'm teaching you here in these 9 steps is science-backed. Burrito. Michael, man. Thank you, brother. Follow. I want you in my life, man. I want that kind of friendship. You see, what this algorithm helps you do is find people that are willing to be your best friend. Open up your fucking heart to the people trying to love you. Put a picture of anything and a name on your fucking profile and say, this is what I like in the bio, and watch the algorithm and the universe step in and give you a community of people that love the same. You live in a world of information, my friend. This is the age of Aquarius, the age of technology and innovation, the age where you can create any business you want as long as it provides value to a group of people. It can be a thriving business. It's what makes the world go round. So we involve a 9-step system. Everything about Co-Create Oneness is using astrology, numerology. It's very... It uses this, but it tells you that it uses this. Okay? These programs, they use this against you. You know what this is? The Hermetic teachings of Hermes, the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. 7 Hermetic principles. It's true. It's scientifically proven. There are scholars or people that devote their life to this. But it's only communicated to a select few with specialized knowledge and interest. Meaning, you have to have a deep desire to understand what it's teaching, and not only that, but a desire to apply it to your life in order for you to even understand it. And so, it's only communicated to the initiated. You can become initiated as soon as you get curious enough about natural law and how the universe works around you. You can watch nature and see how it naturally operates and know that happens inside of you and outside of you. It happens above and below. But this uses this as a weapon against you. And we intend to show you and teach you how to use it as a tool to construct the best life of your making that you could conceive in your mind. You can create it tangibly, and it's your God-given right. You are an objectifier of the subjective universe, but you are the holder of that universe. You are the programmer of that mind. So we teach a 9-step system, and that involves the special number 9. In numerology, it's the number of completion. 9 plus 1, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 9 plus 2, 11. But 1 plus 1 is 2. Let's keep that up there. 9 plus 3, it's 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. It's a complete number. It's a special number. Nikola Tesla, the greatest mind of our century, the past century, tells us that if you want to know the secrets of the universe, to think in terms of 3s, 6s, and 9s. But he also says This is the greatest mind. Like everything that we're using right now in our world, it was a construction of his imagination first. He's telling you. I'm not sure if I'm on the right track, but I'm going to. Let me tell you this. I used willpower to change my life. It's a practice. It's a verb. It's not a noun. You don't have and possess willpower unless you practice and partake in certain habits. Math class? Just kidding. Hey, how's it going, man? Stacy, so I teach a different form of recovery here. My life's mission is to end homelessness and provide a permanent solution to addiction. 8 billion people on earth, very significant number. 8 is the... Muslims believe there's 7 hells and 8 heavens. The lotus flower has 8 petals on it. It's a number of luck and fortune in numerology. If you see 3 8s, that's a sign from the universe that abundance is about to knock on your door. What's up, Steve-O? I mean, sorry, dude. I guess I could call you Steve-O. Planky, how you doing, bro? Steven the man. I'm so glad of our friendship, man. It's very special to me to know that we're both on a path and that we can pop in and remind each other that we're on that path and continue to record the progress. It's an amazing friendship, bro. Happy Monday. I live at 2221 South Prairie Avenue. And I was living at 222 Shady Oak Grove. 222 follows me everywhere that I go. I've got 1,000 pictures in my iPhone right now of pictures and images on the internet, random times of the universe saying 222, 222. What I take it as is, well, you're, okay, let me ask you this, Stacy. Is your mind focused on what you want to create? Co-create. Is your mind, are you thinking and pondering ideas here lately or a lot in the past where you want to create something, your heart's centered on something? Because that's what it means to me. I didn't start seeing these numbers until I had a purpose in life. That purpose in life came from realizing I've been indoctrinated with a belief system that did not serve me. All my life, Christianity made me feel like I was going to hell, but when you understand the story of Jesus, you understand the ultimate sacrifice, and that you can either suffer because of regret, or you can suffer because of sacrifice. So the story, which is how ancient man communicates, right? How you're going to speak to someone 2,000 years in the future and you don't even know their language, through symbolism. Once you understand that and you look for the symbolism, wow, you feel alive inside. You're like, man, I am the power. I am connected with the Father. I am universally, eternally connected with a divine source of energy that encompasses us all. You know, it grounds you. Love you too, Jimmy. Thank you for being here, bro. Get your pen and pad out, bro. Don't just TikTok me. Don't get offended. I'm just saying. Get your fucking notebook and remember I'm here every day to teach you as I'm teaching myself, as other people are teaching me. I'm awake. I'm resourceful. You live in a world of information. You can be resourceful. Don't assume either. I know that's right, bro. I was just joshing, though. I know you follow me for a specific reason, my friend, and are you in our community? You need to be in the WhatsApp, bro. I feel like there's a Jimmy in our WhatsApp. Remind me. You're just not active? Okay, bro. See you. You guys, if you're struggling in recovery, you haven't set an end date. You're anchored to the fucking life you used to live. Thank you so much, Megan. you have to use your God-given right, which is an imagination. Realize that no other animal can build things. Why? It takes imagination. You have to see where to put the screws and how to form it all together and put every piece where it belongs. And then once it fails, you got to use that imagination and be like, I know why it failed, and this is how I can prevent that, or this is how I can innovate it. And it's a continuous evolution that involves innovation. It's your God-given right. But are you using, Dr. Joe Dispenza says, are you stuck in the program, right? Are you stuck in the program where you're all that neurocircuitry is making you see the same visions every day? Same people. If you're experiencing the same stuff every single day, you're stuck in a program. If you want out of the program, just like the Truman Show, right? Ain't that it with Jim Carrey? If you want out of the program, you got to get out of the boat, Peter, and walk on the water. You have to start looking for the pathway. Nowadays, all you got to do is type one sentence in on Google and you'll get 1 million testimonials that this pathway worked for them. And so that's why we teach a complete recovery blueprint. It's all up to you. But to build the proper foundations, it takes only a 9-step system of personal growth and development. I'm confused with your question, brother. I would love to answer it, John. Use more, put it in a sentence, a full sentence. Give me some context. I'm so happy that I'm building community, man. For the longest time, I didn't understand why people wouldn't come and stay, and now I understand it. I haven't put it into words yet, but it's like I understand what I'm doing right, what I was doing wrong, what to continue to do. It's like an understanding, a knowing, especially when you use Pearson's Law. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that today, Pearson's Law. So if you haven't been here before, comment down below so I know, and then also comment, got a pen, because you need a pen, and I want you to take notes. Good morning, Mallory. Welcome back. Pareto rule. What's that mean? Does your tree flow water ripen down under pretty garden bushes? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. A tree. Let me tell you something about trees. I pay very close attention to nature. And I found this in some Tao teachings. But I had this unique... I give myself credit for this observation in my own experience. Because I grew a mango tree inside and then I planted it outside. A tree that isn't challenged. The idea is this. If you grow a tree inside, in a pot, it'll grow. It'll thrive inside. But if you want it to get bigger, and you got to take it outside, and you put it in the ground, and that little bitty root system that it's established, as small as it is, and you let that try to be the one thing that sustains this tree against all this wind resistance, against all the forces of nature, it's not gonna live. It hasn't struggled. So the law of rhythm is true. It is in the Kabbalion. It's not the law of polarity, but it's the law of rhythm. Rarely does the law of rhythm reach those polar opposites, meaning passion and anger, meaning happiness and sadness. Rarely. You're always pendulum swinging. This is the law of rhythm. It compensates. You're always swinging back and forth. And so now you know why there's summer, spring, fall, and winter. Pay very close attention to how the world works around you without you being involved in it. And you'll know how to behave, how to make decisions. It takes choice. Indecision is still a decision. So if you choose to take your excuses and you say, this is why I don't go to the gym, I'm in pain, and mouth dump all this stuff out, why you don't practice exercise properly, or if you mouth dump why your room's always fucking dirty, right? I don't do the mouth dumping anymore, but I'm still working on this organization and order. It takes time management. Welcome in, Rainey. Love you, brother. How to break a cycle of getting around toxic people. Don't go as often and don't stay as long. You have to maintain relationships, my friend. But you don't have to stay long and you don't have to listen. You're always paying attention. Attention is the only thing, ethereal thing, non-tangible thing that we're always spending. Chris, thank you, man. Put me on a pedestal. You're connected to the Father within. You're connected. How do you know you're connected? The law of rhythm. Everything has an inflow and an outflow. Sound familiar? Inflow, outflow. Your heart, it beats by itself. You don't have to ask it to keep beating. You don't have to say, heart, beat faster. It just beats. That's the Father. It started beating in the 3rd week of pregnancy. And because of that heartbeat and its self-sustaining rhythm, the rest of your body is formed. So you can quite literally say that your Creator is living inside of your chest. Here's the beautiful thing about your heart. Science proves that it has inside of it a network of neurons called sensory neurites. sensory. Sensory, meaning brain cells that think by feeling. They operate independently of the brain. They don't need your conscious effort in order to be. They just are. Feeling is the secret. If the two make peace in this one house, then you can say to the mountains, move away. And they will move away. What's that mean? Well, you have a conscious mind that is always warring against the way that you feel inside. The way that you feel inside is constantly making you make excuses. The way that you feel inside keeps you from acting in the way that you should in order to change your circumstances. Don't lose the contact. Lost it. Damn it. Got it. Sorry about that. So everybody that's got a pad and a pen handy, dose is kicking in hard, man. If you didn't know, I grow these. Eliminate this. I grow these. There you go. Anything else need to be said? Join my WhatsApp group. I would say they don't make me cry. They enhance everything that is your senses. This is why you're more creative. It's why you see things that you don't see before. It's why you have beautiful insights that were not there before. It's why you dream vividly. Yeah, they open you up. They enhance everything. And it's non-addictive. I take a day break, sometimes 2 days break, every week. And I feel amazing during those days. It sustains you. It helps you stay happy. Happy is the secret, my friend. You have to realize that if you can stay happy by choice, meaning that you see the beauty of life. If you look at a situation and focus on LIVE instead of EVIL, get it? Comment down below, get it. So if you got your pen and your pad, there are 3 aspects of the complete recovery blueprint. One aspect is the 9 predicates of willpower. The second aspect is the 9 facets of veracity. That involves 3 vows, 3 virtues, and 3 values. And then there's the 9-step complete recovery blueprint. It's not something you practice in your everyday affairs. It's a process of evolution and growth. You start here, and instead of we admit that we're powerless and our life is unmanageable, you say, I willingly commit to the daily pursuit of my own personal development, spiritual growth, mental fortitude, and emotional intelligence. Pursuit meaning that you can always get better. It's an ongoing process. 10 years is mastery, my friends. So if that's the first step to your recovery, and you spend 10 years inside of Co-Create Oneness, step 9 is that we monetize our passions so that we can bring wealth and this message to others. How do you end homelessness? How do you provide how do you demolish the treatment industry? You show them that you're the power, you're the placebo. When Jesus healed, he always appealed to the subconscious mind, the belief inside the person. Do you believe you can be healed? Yes, then you're healed. Okay? That's the message. Belief becomes reality. As soon as you stop focusing on sickness, then it ceases to be. What is the image you're constantly visualizing in your head? Is it health or sickness? Well, I don't use them, Mallory. I agree, but it's not like I'm eating 7 grams a day. It's micro. I don't get visuals. I get the cognition. Thank you for being. You're amazing. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. That's what matters to me. Preach, Coach. I hope you're prepared, Coach. You're about to get the floor in a little bit. I got my first coaching client. Janelle is amazingly very satisfied and eager to be your client and my client. You know why I think that is? Because I'm this and you're that. But we're the whole coin. Okay? We're both sides of the coin. We make an amazing duo. And it showed, I can think back and reflect on all of the few coaching sessions that we had. It was always you showing me that I had my right answers, but also this beautiful perspective is even better. And that took you, being you. It's an amazing, amazing combination. Friendship, partnership. Aw, thank you. Good morning from Bama. Good morning from Colorado. I hope that you would stick around and become part of our community. Are you in recovery, Sheila? I'm building a community of people that want to recover a different way, that don't want to be powerless, and that they know how powerful they actually are. And you know, when you go to start changing your habits, which makes you more powerful, it's uncomfortable. It's like writing with your opposite hand. It's fucking uncomfortable. But as soon as you get enough practice in, science says about 66 days. As soon as you get enough practice in with the right coach or combination of coaches, shit starts happening for you. We guide you to your own path. We ask you questions that you weren't thinking to ask. Thinking is a process of asking and answering questions. So if you're not thinking it through all the way, you're not asking the right questions. That's where we come in. I prayed for God to remove desire, and eventually He took the ability as well. I'm confused. I'm sorry. I prayed for God to remove desire. Eventually He took the ability. He removed the ability to desire as well. Help me. I got you. So it's a good thing. You're saying that now the actions follow the feeling. Habit. You change the habit. That's the secret. Amen, Blake. Welcome in, brother. Been here before? Are you a coach? Do you help people? Do you have a passion? The vision is 1 million people that know how to defeat addiction, that know how to wake others up to their power. What is the problem inside a 12-step recovery? It's not community. That's a powerful thing. It's the lack of sponsors. It's the fact that the book is in the Library of Congress, and so if you believe this set of ideas, it keeps you at the bottom of the hierarchy. Well, that's a bold statement, Danny. Well, I mean, it's the truth. If you think you're powerless, you're not going to act. You're not going to try. Powerless over addiction. No, it's a belief. And you got called out. Okay, what you're experiencing, my friend, or what you've experienced, this is the same thing. This is my life story. This is what woke me up to my vision. 3.5 years later, here I am creating a better way, or I've created a better way, and I'm teaching it to other people. But good afternoon, welcome in. I hope that you would stick around. This is an amazing recovery community that we're building together. It trumps in every way, shape, and form 12-step recovery. You're an aspiring coach. Amen, brother. Yes. You got WhatsApp on your phone? If you don't, it's an easy app. Don't take up a lot of space. It's end-to-end encrypted. And it helps you build a coaching business. So it helps you help people. It's free until you get 257 members. And I've been at it for 3 years and only got to 90. So people have to really want to change in order to commit to a coach like this type of community. So what we've set is a standard that eliminates court-ordered drug offenders. Okay, that's the problem inside of these programs. It's used by the criminal justice system. It indoctrinates you. It controls you. 12. How do you know 12 controls you? Let me give you a beautiful insight, ladies and gentlemen. The Gregorian calendar came during the Inquisition of the Templars. Saint Gregory. Pope Gregory, I'm sorry. Hours, minutes, and seconds that keep up with your time that are divisible by 12. That was created. That's a human construct. 12 disciples, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 gods of Norse, 12 gods, sons. I get that confused. 12 gods of Greece. Hanuman the sun god of Persia, had 12 sons. Hello? It's used to control you. Doze in. Dozen. Doze. Go to sleep. Do not wake up to your power. I'm obsessed with number 9, man. I'm obsessed with it. It's a beautiful number. And when I realized that the word willpower had 9 letters in it, I was like, motherfuck yeah, dude! And I spent the last 2 years trying to figure out an acronym that describes what changed my life. And here I am. I have it. You know, the first principle used to be, the first predicate used to be words. Well, there's an L that can stand for language. And it just took these trying of different, what did I do? And I got it. And I teach it. And it's only one aspect of it. This is so the 9 predicates of willpower are the practical. Okay? The 9 facets of veracity are the inner speech. Do you see the connection? The channels of God's action, the way God answers your prayers, is when your inner speech and your actions are aligned. And it also helps if you communicate from having instead of having not. For instance, God, please fix me, I'm broke. God, please heal me, I'm sick. That's having not. If you say, thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for the large sums of money that flow to me quickly and easily through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I give my true gifts with love, and you get excited about it. That gets the message across. So yeah, the 9 predicates of willpower, that's the practical. The 9 facets of veracity is how to program your inner speech with vows, virtues, and values that will be the foundation of your future belief system that you establish. And then the 9 steps to the complete recovery blueprint. You start with 1. You commit to personal development, spiritual growth, emotional intelligence, mental fortitude. And you start this practice of daily putting the pen in the other hand is the analogy, okay? It takes a daily effort of, I know this is what I want to be, and that image of that person has these habits. And so I have to figure out a routine around my current schedule that will help me master these habits. And if you spend 1 hour a day reading a book or practicing a skill, in 5 years you'll be an expert. And in 10 years you'll be a master. 10,000 hours. Ask yourself, how many decades do you have on this earth? Most of us got at least 10. Okay? So if you stop complaining, shaming, excuse making, and you just get to fucking work, everything's going to work out. You got plenty of time to master a skill set. And that skill set can be the legacy that you leave to other people. Thank you so much for the gifts. Guys, don't be shy to gift. Don't be shy to hit that heart button. It helps the algorithm. Gifting, all gifts go to help a homeless person or an addict change their circumstances. Literally, the money sits there until I have enough to match it with my own money. "12 and a half steps to music." Oh, that's beautiful. I love that insight. Little hippie, dude. I follow you closely. Your content's amazing. It brings joy to my heart every time I watch a video of yours. Keep shining, star. That's why I leave that comment often. Because you're a star. And I've never met anyone with bluer eyes than mine. Okay? Hey, thanks, Blake. Thanks, Blake. Look, here's something I know about you, Blake. Comment down below if I'm right. It took you time to set that up, huh? You know how I know that? because of my mama. She spent an hour or two trying to figure out how to add her credit card so that she could gift. I'm here for you, Blake. Hey, y'all, I posted my first video yesterday of blessing someone. I'm a horrible cameraman, but only to improve. I gotta go to get a knot rag. It took time and effort, my friend, and the intention is what I see. Thank you so much. You guys ready to learn? I put together some stuff. I gotta go blow my nose or it'll drive me nuts. Hang on just a sec. Every time I think of my breath now, not only is it subconscious, which means it's connected to the universal divine energy that encompasses us all, but it is a tool. It is an inflow and an outflow. Yeah, dude. I am. Johnny, welcome back. Make a tagline. Get clever with your username and give the world something that tells the story of Johnny. Do that, because the universe will give you more of what you focus on. Sigil magic happens like this. When you use a creative a word that expresses an idea that you have, that you want, a desire, a person being in your life, all this different stuff, and then you break the word down. You remove this. You remove the vowels, and that way you're left with these consonants that are all usually lines, and you take those lines and you make a symbol. And through that symbol is your new sigil, and it represents this idea, and it creates magic in your life. I'm excited to come back and see you with a username tomorrow when you come back. Amen. Changing states. We are, I'm learning about that today. So what I'm doing is I'm studying this, okay, deeply. How do I do that? I've listened to the audiobook while I'm working out for the past year. It's not only an effort to memorize, but to understand. This is in language that is hard to read, okay? My goal with writing the Complete Recovery Blueprint, the book I'm writing, is to show you how to use this as a tool instead of a weapon against you like these programs show. These programs use this stuff against you. All right, let's dive into the meat. For those of you just joining, we're going over the predicates of willpower. There's 9 of them. It's the word willpower, so if you just write willpower down, we'll go over each one really quickly, and I'll dive into the 5th predicate. Which is what we're on today. If you're just joining me and finding me today, all of my previous lives are on my YouTube channel, and I specifically don't put an Instagram connection to it so that the symbol stays visible. All you got to do is go to my profile, click the YouTube, and I would be very, very grateful if you would subscribe, because this content is my life's purpose, and I'm a beginner, but I'm a master of what I'm teaching. And I intend to help people with this. This is my life's mission. So. All right. The 9 predicates, really quickly. You have willingness. You have imagination. You have language. You have leverage. You can put a / and put life audit. Life audit is a coaching tool. The P, the 5th predicate, what we're going over today, put simply, it's progress. But it involves 3 aspects. So write practice, programs, progress. What you practice becomes your habits. Once you develop habits, that's your programs. And once you got the habits to sustain it, then you see your progress. Bro, chill, my girlfriend. That's an amazing compliment, dude. I should, for real, maybe I ought to start being, I'm introverted as fuck, especially around women. Anybody got some tips? You want to train me? Just be like this out there? I get all childish and 12-year-old. He says, stop. Be you? Thanks. It's on my list. I don't know about En Pueblo. I'm a user of the technology at our footsteps, right? Like, it's right here. You can use these things to have a community worldwide instead of in your own city. Be your unique self. I'm still learning what that is. I know it. I've created an image and programmed him. Dan Wilkes is not my name. Okay? Dan Wilkes is the name of my subconscious mind that I've been programming for the past 3 years. So I encourage you to do the same. Give your mind a name that represents the mind that is more powerful than you, the Father within you. It is, I and the Father are one, but the Father is greater than I. The conceptualized idea of myself is greater than me. It's also, you could look at it like this. There's an I, which is a Father. If thine eye be single, the Father, the awakened imagination, or me, the ego, Satan, Lucifer, Hades. You can't get wet by the word water. What name do you want to put on it? Language is unique to humans. It's only so we understand what it means. So stop looking at it like biography, like a biology or a anatomy. Stop looking at it like it's actual history and see what the story of these ancient people, why did they write it down? To teach you all of their lessons. It's how we grow, by co-creating. Thank you, Coach. Staying grounded. All right. I got off on a tangent. Practice, programs, progress. That's what we're going over today. The rest of it is order, work ethic, emotional intelligence, and ritual. Ritual meaning the same thing at the same time every day. For sure. Your language is the reason why you behave the way that you behave. When you realize that, you'll keep your fucking mouth shut. I interrupt myself all the time. I backspace messages all the time. All the fucking time. Let me fucking speak to your soul. All the time I'm practicing how to be impeccable with my words. It also involves not letting my mom say, I'm like, once it's said, but I'll be like, you shouldn't say that no more, Mom. You know what I mean? It's a habit of mine. Don't say that. Shut the fuck up. Funny fact, TikTok, the live center, it rewards you for what the bot picks up as good behavior. And so it's got a thing that it's rewarding me for staying positive on my live. And it doesn't reward me some days, I feel like, because of the spectrum that I travel from. You know, you're in control of your emotions. It's energy in motion. So if you're angry, if you direct it at the right motherfucker, you can change it. You can change your circumstances. Actually, passion and anger are two ends of the same stick. So if you're angry enough That can be taken as passion if the right person hears your message. Inflection. Emphasis. Why aren't your affirmations working? Why are your affirmations not working? Ask yourself that question. Do you practice them and recite them like this? Have you ever heard a magician speaking his spell with lack of emotion? No, they fucking speak that shit. If you'll learn to do the same, if you'll spend 5 minutes as you're brushing your teeth, it's going to be kind of hard to do it while brushing your teeth. But hey, put the toothbrush in the hand you're not used to brushing with. It builds neurocircuitry. And then use that time after you've rinsed to do some mirror practice. Abracadabra. Blake, we were meant to be together, bro. We were meant to have a relationship, a friendship, a companionship, a partnership. You have an aspiration to be a coach. I have 5 coaches inside of Co-Create Oneness right now that are practicing coaches that can show you the ropes, teach you anything that you don't know, give you access to resources, and guess what? Together, we'll become exactly what we want to be because that's the passion. Join the WhatsApp group, brother. For real, we need your help. Can't wait to see you in there, Blake. All right, with the 5th predicate of willpower, we're ready. We're diving in. Let's go! Ready? The 5th predicate of willpower, put simply, is progress. But how do you progress? You cannot... if you progress up the steps without establishing habits, you will fall back down to the previous level. You have to establish a foundation of habits, fundamentals. Put simply, what you practice, remember, becomes your programs. Once you develop the programs, you see the progress. Building empowering habits is what you can label this step as. This is the practicality of the 5th predicate of willpower, building empowering habits. This is where the real fucking work comes in. You get to this level after about the step 4 or 5 of the complete recovery blueprint. It's because the first is programming and deprogramming. You got to get rid of your old ideas, and you got to set a foundation based on passion, purpose, and something that literally pulls you out of bed in the morning. It's your own idea, your own conception. Love to you, Dom. What's up? Damn, why did I forget? You got so many damn... Stacy. Love you, bro. Become your best friend, man. Those moments of mine that used to embarrass me are the moments that I take time to laugh about now. Actually, my mom even helps me with that because I'll mix my words up all the time and she'll laugh at it. And we'll both take a fucking 5-minute chest hurting, rib breaking laugh to laugh at different mix-ups of words. Like, Mom, I got that head stuck in my song again. What head? So the 5th predicate of willpower, the progress, you're building empowering habits. How do you go about this in the right way? Well, first, choose a career path or a hobby. You don't have either or will suffice, because both of those involve developing a skill set. Okay, so if you simply choose a career path, a possible change of direction, a hobby, something that you could practice an hour a day, that you might enjoy, that would be challenging, but that you could eventually monetize because of the progress that you make. A stream of revenue. Write that down. Wow. Yes, literally. Yes, that's what the notes say, brother. You're so in sync. Reify. I like it. Salute. Keep coming back, bro. I'm going to use that against them. Keep coming back here, connected by the power of the internet, where you can sit in your own home and you can have the floor in the comments immediately. And you don't have to wait for egotistical 30-year veteran to stop blabbing the same thing he spoke last week to share your piece. And you don't get told to shut up and stop sharing that. That's not true. And things like that. I was literally told I'll be back for a repeat attempt at working this stuff if I do not conform to the belief that I am powerless and my life is unmanageable. Can you believe that? Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. TikTok, that's not directed at anyone. TikTok, don't penalize TikTok. It's peace. We're peace. All right, so what skills are involved? Tony Robbins says that in the world we live in today, and this is what really woke me up to my power, these books right here. You see? Study. Withholding of information by practical use of the information. Study. Success leaves footprints. You know what I looked up? I was like, net worth. I just started studying this man. And what he's doing is taking fucking a lifetime to get where he's at. I will commit to that same fucking recipe. Success leaves footprints. Thank you, Tony, for that beautiful quote. Welcome in, Matthew, my brother. I'm celebrating you today because I see your progress. I see the direction that you're headed. I see the goals that you're setting. I see and feel the desire inside of you to change your own circumstances because you understand you're the problem and the solution. I salute you, my friend. Welcome in. Me too. I'm such a fan of Tony. When you hear somebody talk about, a wealthy man this and a wealthy man that, it's like, yeah, we understand why you're broke. It's clear. With more money, you can help more people. To those that have, more will be given. The man's got a lot, right? It's because of what he does with it. Right, so what are the skills? This is the next step. What are the skills involved? So after you write down the choice of career path or hobby, what are the skills involved in that? This points you to the habits that they created that developed these skills. These skills that they have. It's just like you writing with your dominant hand from age 1 to fucking 35 years old. The skill set, and I fucking suck at penmanship. So it's like, horrible analogy, Danny. No, it's actually really good. What you practice every day, the body learns for you, and you don't have to use as much consciousness. It's easy. Amen, John. Thank you for being in this community, bro. Yeah, those scary steps, like risking losing it all because you're giving so much. Huh? I just made a video yesterday. It was my first attempt at going out and help someone and filming it. And the idea, the universe placed a few people on my path before in my content that made me think a certain way. It's called challenge. Like, you shouldn't go out and record people. You should just give in secrecy. It's like, I quickly was like, nah, dude. Giving trends. Giving inspires other people to give. If they don't see someone else giving, it's harder to give. Lips. It seems like every day my lips become chapped an hour in to my speech. 11:22, very significant number. That's the time it is for me right now. And I see that multiple times a day. I've even recorded it multiple times on live. It's amazing. It lets me know that I'm doing the work that the Father has put on my heart. The same ability of you. So what are the skills involved? Determine the skill set. Most assuredly, it'll probably involve 3 to 5 things that make up this skill, and then 3 to 5 things that make up this skill, and then 3 to 5 things that make up this other skill, and then out of these 3 to 5 skills becomes a skill set. And once you master that skill set, yeah, it's a master number. For sure, John. I'm so glad that the algorithm of TikTok works in the favor of the universe. It helps us find each other. And you know what it also does? It helps us weed out any fucking body that don't want to be a part. Get the fuck out. It shows you the pain and suffering of some people. From the level of suffering that they must be in, dwelling from, in order to take words and try and hurt someone else. I'm compassionate towards those people. I want to help those people. I can't do it once I mute them. Most every time you'll see when that happens on my lives, I'll mute them for the entire live. When they come back, this has happened 2 or 3 times. They'll keep coming back. This guy named Glitch, his tagline is underscore glitch underscore. And he comes on here repetitively for like a fucking few weeks, every single day, every time I would go live, to talk shit, to be mean. Red, sorry. Can you see what I do when I read intently, when I focus? Stop criticizing yourself. Stop being mean to yourself. Everything that you do that you think's embarrassing or shameful, or somebody might make fun of it, somebody might post a video and make a duet showing how stupid I am. All that shit eliminates when you just say, I love you and I'm proud of what you're doing. Like, you impress me. Guess what I'm doing right now, my friends? If you think that I'm looking you in your eyes, guess why? Guess why? Because I'm looking at myself in the eyes. It's a relationship I've developed with thine self. I love me. Because I love me, my mama loves me better. My dog shows me how much she loves me. I have wonderful worldwide relationships of people that believe in what I'm doing. It's because of me and what I'm doing with my life. It's the same thing that can happen for you. You say, I'm this, and it's fucking embarrassing. That involves an evolved ego. You evolve the ego because you can't get rid of it. The ego is me, but the ego is also your survival mechanism. So when you show the ego, dude, we're safe, okay? And this is what we want. And your fucking comfortable me ass is keeping us from getting there. You can use anger and emote it towards the right direction. Energy in motion. Really? That means so much to me. Sorry. That's the suffering of sacrifice, my friend. You know how many times I've wanted to quit this? You know how many times a mean-ass fucking message will make me fucking say, fuck, man. It's evolved emotion, okay? You gotta point it towards your purpose. You gotta take that and make better decisions because of. Go back to my Facebook page and look when I had hair this long. Instagram. I have hair this long. I'm doing the same shit. I suck at it. It's embarrassing. No one was listening. Everyone was making fun. Huh? A daily commitment to doing this every day. No matter what. Why? Because it's my video journal. I come on here and I'm vulnerable. Why? Because I talk about what has changed me. I talk about where I was and where I will be and how I'm getting there. A daily process of being and becoming. Being and becoming. That is a gift. We're all empaths. But those that claim it are very, very empathetic. And that's a gift. I want you to, I don't want to take that special. That you're special because of that. It's because of you claiming it. I am. You know why you are that? Excuse me. It's because of you claiming it. It proves my point, what I'm saying. I can't remember names. I'm bad at math. I'm not athletic. I like sugar. Come on. You put it in there. You figure it out. Take the awareness and focus it on this truth. And you'll see underlying all of your problems and difficulties are the previous times that you've spoken against yourself. Make the habit every time you catch yourself saying one statement, what's the opposite of that statement? Say it 3 times. Write that down. Every time you're mad at somebody, you get road rage in traffic, you call your mom a name because she frustrates you. Look at your life. What you want to do is reflect. So you write that down and you keep a journal of that. You keep a record that you did that, and you remind the subconscious part of you, that's what we don't do, and this is what we do. All right, moving on, because I'm getting on a tangent. After you've determined the skill set, so start building empowering habits is the 5th predicate of willpower. Before you progress, you have to practice and develop the programs, and then you'll see the progress. This is called building empowering habits. And so if you start with step A, which is choose a career or a hobby, those both involve a skill set. And then you use your awareness and your own ability to think imaginatively, saying, well, this habit made that possible. All of those habits that you find come, that's the core, the foundation of the skill set that you see. So looking out at people that inspire you, that practice and show you certain habits that you want for yourself, what you should look deeper at is what they've been doing and how long they've been doing it, so that you determine the skill set that you want to develop a routine around. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have any time, man. Are you kidding me? If you will change your circadian cycle and choose to go to bed earlier and wake up a little earlier and maybe operate on 7 hours of sleep and add an hour to your day and develop a routine schedule where every single minute of every hour is dedicated to the routine. There's not a minute wasted. It's up, it's mirror practice and brushing your teeth and primping in the mirror, and then it's pre-workout, warm the car up, get in the car, get to the gym. At the gym, you're listening to focus music, you've got the idea of who you want to become and why you're doing these habits. You're rewarding yourself, building your body's natural ability to create dopamine because you've set a goal and you're working on that goal, and thus you deserve a reward. But it don't come in the form of a drink. They don't come in the form of a shot of heroin. WhatsApp Messenger. Yep. And then the link to the group is on the page. Is on my page. Yeah, that train will go quick, won't it? And it's going to be a minute before it comes back around. That's true in some cases. So once you commit to practice, this is all This is all the first step of this step. Once you've chosen the career path or hobby, you found the skill set that you want, that encompasses that idea of professional mastery. And then what's those skills? Once you determine the skill set and you've written it down, you commit to practice at the same time every single day. It's very easy. I'm only 3 years ahead of you. And I feel imposter syndrome is underneath my foot. It's because I know that my habits encompass the person that I present to the world. And there's not an area where anybody could look inwardly with a microscope's vision and say, nope, that don't align with what he's saying. Fraud! There's none of that. I am who I'm presenting to the world. All right, moving on to B. Hope you're taking notes. That's why I'm going so slow, and forgive me for my tangents. You want to develop some affirmations, okay? And you want them to encompass an attitude that you always present to the world. This is the attitude that you carry in the face of adversity. And that attitude and those affirmations in combination are aligned with your actions, meaning your routine. What are your actions? Right, they're your routine, what you do every single day. With that statement, Blake, I am patient. That's a great one. What you're stating is that you are patient. How does the universe prove that you are patient? It's the other side. Tons and tons and tons of opportunities to be patient, to practice patience. If you ask the universe, God, for courage or confidence, do they give you courage or confidence? Welcome in, Nettie. Is that you, Nettie? Yeah. Welcome in, sister. If you ask for courage, is courage given to you? Or is it an opportunity presented to you to be courageous? Right? Can you tell me again? Yes. Hang on, I'm sorry. A. Okay, so yeah, there's a few parts. Choose the career path or hobby. The reason being a new career path, an idea of maybe a different thing than now, or a hobby, something that you're interested in. Those involve a skill set. So 1, choose the career path or hobby. Then 2, what are the skills involved? Just write that down. What are the skills involved? Question mark. 3, determine the skill set. Why is this? What's her name? An MMA fighter. What makes him great? He's got habits. He's got styles. He's got practices, and a daily practice of fundamentals. Right? That's coming in a minute. So you got choose the career path or hobby. To what are the skills involved in that? 3, figure out how you can take that skill set and build a routine around it. And then commit to practice that routine. It doesn't have to be a lot. You know what I mean? You got to stretch your time horizon, okay? Because if you overload yourself, you're going to experience burnout. And I am very, very familiar with this. There are times, if you see me, I'm still mastering this right now. I'm working to master this. If you see me take a break from TikTok Live, you know I'll fucking wore out, and I'm not doing anything but fucking playing video games. Okay? Truth. But I'm learning how to not let that happen through the moderation, taking rests. It's a daily practice, my friends. This is what comes when you willingly commit to the daily pursuit of your own personal development, spiritual growth, mental fortitude, and emotional intelligence. Once you commit to that, commit, not admit, you're on the pathway to complete recovery. I asked God, when I was in rehab, after the very moment where they told me to stop sharing, to shut up. Don't teach people that. You'll get somebody killed. After that, during my night of reflection, inside of rehab, this purpose was born in me. And I was still an addict, and then I relapsed, and I went back to my previous life, and then I was homeless, and then I had to move to Colorado, and then my mom followed me, and all this shit has happened since then. But I stayed rooted since 2017 to that fucking commitment. It was asking, you will receive. Something happened to me 2 years ago during the spike of COVID. I moved out here to change my life, but I moved into the wrong. My friend, he was when I knew him and we were friends in Memphis, he was an alcoholic, but he wasn't an addict, and so I pictured I was moving to go live with Kenny, and he was free of all the things that I was currently surrounded by. That wasn't the case. He was 130 pounds. So I moved right back into the same environment. Still rooted into my purpose. Still in the pit of the lion's den. Surrounded by everything that tells you you can't and you won't and you aren't. Excuse me, I should probably take myself off camera when I do that. Sorry. And it was a continuous process, a commitment to personal growth and development. That doesn't happen from listening to other people tell you what you can't do and what you aren't. I had people tell me, because I use these on a daily basis, that I'm not recovered. And I looked them in the eye and I said, I was a heroin addict. So what you got to say to that? You could take a plate of crack, meth, and heroin, the things that used to control my mind, and put them in front of me, and I would blow them into the ground and stomp them into the dirt. I hate them. They're not a part of my life. If that ain't recovered, I guess we need to talk about what recovery is then. Because if you sprain your fucking ankle, you go through rehab, but you recover. Okay? If you get sick from a stomach virus or the flu. You go through a rest period and a healing period, and you recover. It is not a goddamn lifestyle, okay? You're choosing to live a life in recovery? No. Beyond recovery. That's what this is about. Oh, maybe I can't say that because that is a recovery program. You see how I'm not the only one. I can honestly say this now. We aren't the only ones. Ain't that beautiful? When you've put so much time and effort into an idea that finally you have the structure and the plan, and you're writing the book, and the audio book will follow, and the online course, and now you have a coaching program, and your first fucking coaching client is with us right now, right? What's up? Thank you for saying hi. Street Vibes. So you're a part of a recovery community right now, but we recover a different way, a permanent way. We have an end date. We set an end date, and so you don't celebrate your fucking clean date, and you don't tie yourself to your previous life. You actually use your imaginative ability to see a life that you want and develop the habits that will manifest it. That just shows you, Matthew, that you're a coach. You're a teacher. That the Father is guiding you. The Father is your heart, dear human. It's in control of your subconscious programs. Dr. Joseph Murphy teaches us there are two minds: your consciousness and your heart. Science proves this. 40,000 sensory neurites inside of your heart, brain cells that think by feeling, and they operate independently of the brain. If the two make peace in this one house, then you can say to the mountains, move away. If what you think about and what you feel about stop warring against each other, you can move the mountains. What does that mean? Thinking and feeling are an interconnected loop, my friends. Oftentimes, what you dream about is interrupted by the feeling, that the me that says, I'm comfortable this way, no. You have to teach the ego that these feelings are desirable, and that if we set this goal and achieve it, ego, are you fucking kidding me? You think that you feel great now, Mr. Ego? You're always too intense? No, I'm not. Let those that have ears hear. You're not ready to hear this message. I just swipe up. I have moderators that will quickly mute you if you interrupt the lesson. But you can keep coming back. Because I'm a changed man. And I'm alive inside. I go out and help people. It's my life's purpose. Just made my first video yesterday. Y'all be sure and go check it out. It ain't the greatest, but it shows you what I'm trying to do. And crowdfunding is a real thing that helps. And when you develop a following of 44,000 people between two accounts and you start producing content to crowdfund, people start to get the message. And they'll give $1, $2, $3. It's an ongoing process, my friend. You've transformed, and now you're continuously transforming. Pokemon, they start as that base level, and then they evolve from Charmander to Charmeleon to Charizard, buddy. It's an ongoing process. Look at the story, my friends. The story is where it's at. The story is where the growth is. How did they get that way? Every single time you see an amazing human being that's achieved a lot, they have suffered because of sacrifice. It has taken pain and fucking, I want this. It takes fucking anger to do it. I go to the gym. The reason I'm developing more muscle is because of the fucking pain that I hate. For the past 3 years, I've been going to the gym. I stay at the same weight. It's like But now I'm pushing past that and it hurts. You're either going to continuously suffer because of your regrets until you get to your fucking deathbed, and that's the only thing that your mind is focused on is all of the time that you've spent sitting in this regret and all of the inaction that you fucking participated in. Indecision is still a decision. Every time I get a comment like that, bro, I picture y'all in the crowd, because that's what it'll be one day. I'll have the microphone. We'll be at the Co-Create Oneness retreats that we host in every city in every state, because they're going to encompass all these old department store buildings that everyone just abandons and they don't have any use for it anymore. Co-Create Oneness solves that problem. We turn it into a rescue where you can have animals, you know, because having a companion when you don't have any other friends in the world, when it seems like that, man, you can't fucking give somebody a fucking shelter and then tell them they can't have their fucking animal. Fuck! Set up all these fucking rules on them. Make them fucking choose to stay away. When I get 1 million wealthy former addicts to say, I'm committed to this, and we all pitch in, and we buy the first fucking Pueblo Kmart that's empty right now, and we lease it, and we renovate it. Every homeless person would flock from the surrounding cities to there. They allow dogs? Oh yeah, let's go, bro. They allow animals. We have fucking 200 million adults. 200 million adults in this country. And only 550,000 homeless people. Either it's addiction, untreated mental health, or generational poverty. That's it. If you can show them that addiction is a choice and that you can use medicines to keep you making right decisions, weapons or tools, and then you can show them that mental health is a construct of I. It's the misplacement of I. You think you have a mental health disorder? How many times you listen to your health professional tell you that? Generational poverty. My family has been broke all our lives. My grandparents died with something. Guess what? My aunt, the executor over the estate, said it's going to go to the grandkids. Whose fucking grandkids? Yours? What about mine? X'd me out. It's okay. It's okay. Watch what happens now. Miss Christian lady. Fucking shit. Better to the community at her church than her own family members. Oh, that's the indoctrination that comes from the Catholic Church that took the teachings of the teacher and put them into a religious doctrine. And then all the scriptures that show you that you are the power and that you and the Father are one. They sit on top of those and they allow you no access. That's the Vatican for you. Okay, and then they get a Templar order to destroy everything and burn it all to hell. And establish a new fucking order that is the United States of America. This country, do you know the United States is the largest Freemason country in the world? Truth. You ever saw interviews of these Freemasons and how and the questions people ask them about the order? There are sheep and there are wolves. Okay? There are people that are part of the flock, and there are people that the shepherds of the flock. Jesus, He is us. You know, J is a new letter. It was created during the 1600s, right? If anything, his name is Yeshua. Oh, that's the English translation, Jesus. You mean the white man? Garbage. The story of him and the reason why the Father, the divine intelligence, knew that it would survive the ages is the story. It's the story. The ultimate sacrifice. What does it take? Suffering of the suffering that comes from sacrifice. Did he suffer? Yes, he suffered. And he paid the ultimate. He paid for our sins. What is your sin? So what's the story representing? Sin means missing the mark. In order to miss the mark, you have to have an aim. So if you have an aim, then you can measure how much you miss the mark. That's the sin. Well, how do you reach the fucking mark? Through sacrifice. Through hurting. Because you've had to fucking try harder and harder. And no one supported you. And no one believed in you. And everyone made fun of you. Suffering because of the sacrifice. Thank you for the likes, Nikki. You're a coach. I want you in our network. Please join our WhatsApp group. We're building a community where soon, if you'll just jump on board, it's not I, it's we. And if you'll jump on board, it'll be in the thousands this year. And you'll have plenty of clients of people that truly want your help so that you don't ever have to use a client system to find clients. Because you're actually offering a great service at a low enough price to help people change their circumstances. Christ is the awakened imagination. That's why you hear St. Paul say, pay attention to the writing. In the Gospels, he's known as Jesus Christ because he was alive. After the sacrifice has been made and the imagination has awakened, St. Paul teaches it like this. Let this mind also be in you that was in who? Not Jesus Christ. Christ Jesus. That let this mind also be in you that was in Christ Jesus, who came in the form of God and thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Let this mind. There are three aspects of mind. There's that Trinity. There's your consciousness, there's your feeling mind, and there's your gut mind. There's what you think about, where your heart habits are, and your gut instinct, your intuition. You do? Amazing. Combining what we know, that's the recipe for this. I'll explain it a little more here in just a minute. So what we got on B, there's a lot of people taking notes. If you're not, I post these every day. So tomorrow, this live right here will be on my YouTube. All right, so affirmations and attitude aligned with your action. Why? Because inner speech and your action are the channels of God's action, and God cannot work in your life or answer your prayers unless these channels are in alignment. So you've got A, which is choosing the career path or hobby, figuring out what the skills are that made that person a master. This representation you have of perfection, right? What are the habits they practice to develop this skill set that they gracefully show us, right? That they present to the world, that we see. It comes from a skill set. It comes from habits. All right, once you decide that, you've got the commitment. And once you commit to that, you develop affirmations. So spells, literally, of I am statements that involve gratitude. Gratitude tells the subconscious mind you've received something. If you say thank you, you've just received. So go tell you're following that. Go tell your large following of no bio. Go tell you're following that. I am statements. You develop them and they become your spells. Why? You'll always feel and behave the way that you think and speak. If you're not always able to control the thought, you can control your words. Words are an expression of thought. And then you got to take a representation of the I, the Father, and say, this attitude is what I present to the world at all times, in the face of adversity, in the face of challenge, when I feel impatient, when I feel lacking courage, all of that. This is the attitude that I bring to the table during those times. During the winter months, I practice summer thinking. I don't know. You know, this is all fucking like pretty much improv. But that's the skill I've developed, the practice. I'm writing my book very easily by going back and reviewing the lives of the structure that I create before. And, you know, I've been sitting in front of a laptop not knowing what to fucking write. Well, here's the answer. I've got the structure of the outline, and now I'm speaking about it because I'm thinking about it, because I'm using imagination. Why? Because I microdose before I go on live. Just like the computer programmers in Silicon Valley use microdosing to get a competitive advantage over all of their competition. Guess what I do? It's not about competition. Mine's about cooperation. It's me. It's everything I'm building. All right, that's B. Create the affirmations, the spells of magic, I am statements using gratitude. How do you do that? I am so happy and thankful for the large sums of money that flow to me quickly and easily through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I give my true gifts with love, and I know I'm wonderfully blessed financially. It feels amazing to live a life of purpose. I am so grateful. I'm so happy and thankful for blank. Combined with that attitude that you're choosing to present to the world. God bless you, Black Cat. What's your name? Put a name. Tell the world who you are. Put something that you like inside of your bio so that the universe will give you more of it. Once those affirmations are aligned with your attitude, this should align with the actions that you're taking, meaning the routine that you're creating to develop the same habits, the same skill set that you've visualized in step 1. These affirmations and this attitude aligned with this daily practice of this routine in a few short years will manifest the physical reality, the physical environment that you desire. Moving on. That's it. Took me a while to get through all that. C. It's already 12. Passion, baby. Set goals. Use the acronym SMART. Coach, make a note. If you're still here, speak on this. Okay? Speak on this. And I'm going to try for the first time multi-guess. Okay. SMART. Specific. Very specific, meaning time, place, value, number, amount. Very, very specific. Measurable, meaning that you can say you're here now and in the future you want to be here. Measurable, so that you can involve Pearson's law. Attainable. If you've got $10 in the bank, you're not going to be a millionaire next year. You got to realize how far away you are from a million. I'm not saying don't set that goal, but realize that if you don't hit it, it might be because it's not attainable yet. Try 100,000 first. It's okay. Let me know, Coach. I know I get in flow states, and I go on tangents, but as soon as these next two steps are delivered to the audience, I'm opening up the floor for you, and then opening up the floor for questions. Okay. Attainable. SMART acronym for goal setting. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timed. It's very easy. It's just difficult to fucking put it out in front of you and commit to it. But what's difficult becomes easy with practice. And that's what this step is about, the fifth predicate of willpower. Practice, programs, progress. You're not distracted. Don't be using I am against you. Don't say that ever again. Once you set the goals, you have a visual. You have a calendar, right? Oh, that's on the back. Oh, shit. All right. So at the end, I got 11 steps to improve. 11 steps for improving your practice. All right. Moving on. Pearson's law. When progress is measured. Let me get this right. I always mess this up. Why? Pearson's law says that this. First off, if it's a law, if it's a scientific law and accepted by the community, that means that the results are repeatable. That means it happens almost every time. It's a law. Okay, so Pearson's law says that when success is measured, performance improves. That's it. That's the one. When performance is measured, look very specifically. When performance is measured, performance improves. Good, right? No. When performance is measured and repeated back, performance increases. Results double. The law of yes, thank you, Stephen. The law of compensation, the Fibonacci sequence. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 5, 13. It multiplies on itself. A law of accumulation. It's intertwined in that. So as you commit to this idea of you, and you start practicing these skills, these habits, you're using Pearson's law. How do I do this in my own life? Every time I get off an elliptical, I take a picture of it. I take multiple pictures of me at the gym. You know, fitness is a gateway to your best life. If you'll start training your body and developing that physical discipline that requires the suffering of sacrifice, all other fucking doors are easy to open. Yeah, it's like the law of attraction, brother. Thank you for being here, man. Continue to ask those questions. It's definitely like the law of attraction, but the law of attraction is nothing without the law of it's secondary. Those are secondary laws. Law of attraction, law of action to the primary law of vibration. So it just simply means vibration can be your attitude, right? It could be the way that you present yourself to the world, and the attitude that you partake in when challenge finds you, or when controversy finds you. So that is what you attract. So the actions, the attraction, it comes secondary to the attitude that you present to the world. All right. Last one is rebuilding the natural dopamine systems. Put simply, celebrating your achievements and milestones. What is dopamine? It's the reward chemical. It's why you feel amazing when you try hard and measure that. But it's also what you get from your drug of choice. And so you're continuously rewarding yourself when you get high off of your drug of choice. And it throws your body's ability to produce dopamine. One, because you're numbing. You're choosing to stay a certain way. You're choosing the suffering of regret instead of sacrifice. When you make that choice and realize that there are, I'm glad I got this tattoo to reference to. There are tools that help you, okay? I'm of the mind, you can argue against me if you want to. There's all kind of medical doctors and all these kind of people that will argue against me. But this right here is not addictive. And this right here definitely is not addictive. Okay, but this right here involves habits. People getting comfortable and lazy. It's not addictive. It's using it as a weapon for inaction, or using it as a tool for proper action. Thank you. Weapons and tools, my friends. Weapons and tools. How are you using the tools at your disposal? Are you using them as a weapon? Because you can use a weapon as a tool and a tool as a weapon. Okay? Every animal in the animal kingdom, except for like fish, right? They enjoy an altered state of mind. Cats and catnip. Monkeys chew on the roots of the ayahuasca, I can't remember. It's not ayahuasca tree. It's a certain tree that has... Fuck. Okay, that's more study coming from me. Every animal. If you could prove me wrong, fine. I'm going to say every animal. You couldn't? Oh, shit. I know, it's right. It's ugly, huh? It could be improved upon. Anyways. True, Stacy. Stacy, did you let your hair grow out? You've been following me for a while, I feel like. How long you been following me? Okay, also, you guys, I grow these. So join my WhatsApp group. Fuck you, TikTok. Join my WhatsApp group. Rebuilding your body's natural ability to produce dopamine. That happens through reward. It happens through setting a milestone and saying, once I get there, boy, that'll feel amazing. And then working towards that and celebrating the entire process. How do I do that? Well, fucking every day I'm flexing in the damn mirror. Every time I go, my mom's got a big giant mirror above her bed. Every time I go in there to check on her, you know what I mean? Okay? Be your best friend. Pat yourself on the fucking back. High five yourself in your reflection. All right. Moving on. Lastly, practicing the 9 predicates of willpower in your life. The 5th predicate is progress. I'm about to give you 11 steps to improve your daily practice so that it becomes easier to practice. Damn, it was. And now it's 12:12. Ah! You know that every time I see stuff like that, it comforts me. It's a message saying, good job, son. Thank you, son. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for being in tune with what I'm teaching you and choosing to practice it in your daily life so that your habits can show. Because children, they don't listen to you. They watch you. And they watch closely. And you can say that this is true for all of your critics as well. Also, people that choose not to better themselves always resent people that better themselves. So if you start seeing yourself losing friends, that's one of them milestones that you can celebrate, because you're becoming less lonely and more of a lone wolf. And a leader cannot be a follower. Hope I'm speaking straight at you, because all 14 of you, I tell you at the end of every life, everybody that comes in here and chooses to listen to me as I expand my knowledge and share my experience, you're in search of something. Whether or not you found it here, I'm still thankful. I'm still thankful that you're here. And here's what I know about you. You got some gifts. And I tell you at the end of every life to give those gifts. Yeah. Eagles don't fly with other birds. Okay? If you see an eagle flying up high, there ain't no other bird up there. Because can't no other fucking bird fly as high as an eagle. Okay? Become an eagle. Man, I'm glad that you let me know that, bro. What's your name? Did you tell me your name and I didn't pay attention? Street Vibes. Look, what I'm building here and why I wear this shirt a lot and it's got sweat stains in it, it's because I'm building a community that will replace 12-step recovery. I will demolish the dogma and stigma that's keeping people believing in an incurable disease of body, mind, and spirit, which encompasses their future actions. How can you end homelessness? A worldwide network of coaches willing to help people out of their circumstances. It takes their actions. There are nomads, and this weeds that out. This program weeds out the people that don't want to change and are choosing to live this way because that's what they want, and the others who are just confused and misconstrued and need a different path and don't know where to begin. That's why I share what I'm sharing. All right, so 11 steps to improve your daily practice. Really quickly, get a pen, get a pad. Yeah, dude. Cool, man. So, at 1, choose a practice spot. Doesn't matter what it is. Is it outside at the park? Is it at the gym? In your bedroom? Anywhere. Just make a specific setting that you can make your own and make it comfortable and make it enticing to the eyes so that you're cool with sitting in this space and devoting your time inside of this space to your current task. Number 2, prepare and have ready all needed supplies and tools for your practice. Like, this falls in line with evening first mentality. If you want to develop a habit or a morning routine, start the evening before and put your workout clothes and get all of make your meal, anything that aligns with what you're trying to accomplish first thing. Start the evening first, because what you fall asleep in preparation with, the subconscious mind works on it while you're asleep. And when you wake up, the reason why you're like, let's go, it's because evening first. Also, dude, if you've got to go, and any of you got to go, I post these on my YouTube. If you miss something and you're like, damn, this is so valuable and I want it all, Go back and watch it on my YouTube. You can fast forward and rewind. You know what I mean? You don't have to sit and watch an entire 2.5 hours of me going on tangents. There's value inside of it if you just use that fast forward and rewind button. You see how many synchronicities are happening between me and you, Stacy? That's the universe. And I would encourage you all to find those relationships. Find the people that you have synchronicities like that all the time, and with the conversations that you have. Like, that's the universe saying this person will strengthen what you're doing. You would be an asset to the Co-Create Oneness community. You would empower the vision of ending homelessness and providing a permanent solution for addiction. Demolishing the treatment industry for the industry that it is. Why cure a problem immediately if you can treat it for a lifetime? All right, how about eliminate your distractions? Did you see me today? I had to take my cat and put him outside. My dog, she was licking herself. Shut up. Now she's over there asleep. Whatever distracts you, is it... Look, I'll tell you an example. I'll give you another example. I make sure my mom's taken care of before that I go on live. Why? For any occasion where for the next 2 to 3 hours, she might need me. Yeah, okay, so the same way for your kids is the same way for me and my mom. I take care of my mom. She's an amputee. She has no shoulders. She's 67. Instead of put her in a nursing home, I want to help her. I want to coach her back into health. And how do you do that? By being there, not by throwing them away. So, yeah, dude, same relationship as you and your kids, me and my mom. Unless you have a specific mindset about you, as you grow older, you become more childlike. Sad, right? But it's the truth behind neuroplasticity and the years a person spends in a certain program. How do you change the program? If you're experiencing the same shit in your life and you're getting the same thing every day, you're not taking different actions. You have to change the action for your life and circumstances to change. Action. Human beings imaginatively created everything in our world, and then they built it. Action. It starts as an idea. That's the consciousness. It's impregnated into the subconscious. And you could quite literally say that your heart, your subconscious is the Virgin Mary. And if you let the idea become a concept, that concept will be impregnated, and the Virgin Mary will birth the Savior, which is your action plan. Welcome in, Kim. Welcome back. Love you. Your continued support is my fuel. 11 steps to improve your daily practice. Choose a practice spot, a specific setting. Prepare and have ready all needed supplies and tools. Eliminate the distractions. 4, same time every day. Same time. Up! Alarm on the phone? Guess what time it is? Practice time! Number 5. Set goals and have them visually out in front of you. How so? Let me show you. Ta-da! Okay. Have you a calendar pinned to your... I don't have one, but that's a good idea. My calendar's on my phone. If you're trying to put a visual out in front of you of your goals, how about setting the calendar that's devoted to how many days you've practiced out in front of you? And every X that you see is a day of successful practice. And so, I mean, if you're looking at a fucking calendar that's got month after month of X, 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 X. I mean, come on, dude, make a song out of that shit. Are you fucking ready to celebrate it? Consistency. So set goals visually out in front of you. 6, keep a calendar and mark off successful practice days. Keep a calendar and mark off successful practice days. Number 7, employ focus music unless it involves music, unless the practice involves playing music. Employ focus music, different frequencies, not your favorite rap song with lyrics that keep you programmed, but actual frequencies like Mozart that aren't 444 frequencies, that are actually 432 using solfeggio, using healing, using... It's a science that is buried to us. You know what? I think the Vatican sits on top of a lot of the knowledge. So, bing! What's up, Brooklyn? I know you by your tag name now, too. You guys, you ought to go check out... Ariel? Did I say it right? What is it? How do you say it? Give me a dictionary spell out of how to say that. Ariel? Snoop has affirmation music for kids. That's amazing, dude. I've always believed in Snoop. Actually, he's a testament to the... man. Look at him. He defeated the order. Let me tell you something. Kurt Cobain, Biggie, and Tupac, they're dead. They didn't succeed with Snoop. Facts. Pay attention to Snoop and what he did and what he's doing. Steve Harvey, another example. Spreading the love can't be stopped by the order. Another example, Andrew Tate. Ain't nobody stopping him. You can take him as he is. You can disagree with a lot of the things that he says, but he's not a woman beater. He's none of that. Just because he's got 25 girlfriends that openly want to be with him does not mean that he demoralizes women. The man's the way he is because of the habits that he partakes in and the way that he lives his life. I think he's a beautiful example of what young men should pay attention to and strive for. He's got years of documentation showing the suffering that he had to put himself through in order to become who he is now. Jordan Peterson. I follow him closely. I follow him very closely. You haven't seen Andrew Tate all over social media with the bald head and the big sunglasses? Surely, if you're on this app, you've seen Andrew Tate. Yeah, dude, check him out for sure. Join our WhatsApp group, Street Vibes. We've got multiple men living their best life in the present tense by the choices they're making on a daily basis because of the actions that they've aligned with the goals that they've set that encompasses their vision of the future. You download WhatsApp. It's in the App Store. It's a Facebook app. And then you click the link on my page. And there's a group for these guys, and there's a group for community, which is this. Yes. 11 steps to improve your daily practice. Where did we get to? Employ focus music. Yeah. Okay. Practice drills for maintaining your current skill level. This is fundamentals. You need to develop drills. Is it scales? Is it rolling? Different Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu drills that help you practice the movement. What's the drill? Is it imaginatively writing a new story using a character set that is completely off of the top of the dome for the next 30 minutes because you want to be a writer but you never sit down to write anything? Just fucking write! Eliminate all fucking excuses and get to work. You have the fucking time. If you're my age, you got 7 more fucking decades. You have time. You're not fucking fucking using it right. Number 9, practice something you don't know. So 8 and 9, use them together. Devote your practice. If it's an hour, 30 minutes on fundamentals and 30 minutes on practicing something new, learning a new song, learning a new exercise. What are you practicing? You can take this blueprint and apply it to every fucking skill as you learn, grow, and evolve with everything that you involve yourself with. If you'll use that, you'll continuously progress. My kids were told 30 years ago to play that type of music while doing homework. That's great. Thank you for that story. It's definitely, well, also, I'm pretty sure it's powerful to start your kids early because, the Jesuits been saying for like 400 years, give me a child until it is 7 and I will show you the man. It's because they're not just listening, they're watching. And so, for example, Dr. Bruce Lipton helped me come up with this beautiful analogy, or like, it's his analogy. I didn't come up with it, but he helped me see it as it is. Because this kind of happened to me as growing up. You're a kid in the shopping cart and your mom's wheeling you through the store and you are being bad, you're touching everything, and so you've gotten on her fucking nerves. And then towards the end of your shopping trip, you go to grab something that you want. No! You don't deserve that. The kid doesn't hear why. He just hears, I don't deserve. Give me a child until it is 7 and I'll show you the man. The woman. Start them young. Set them on tasks that you want them that you want as a skill for them at a young age. And then be the example of that. Because if you're saying, eat healthy, and then stuffing your face with pizza every day. Flashbacks? Me too, bro. Me too. I'm wanting to go from male to female myself. I would ask you why you want to do that, bro. What are you now? Realize that there are masculine and feminine in everything. Gender encompasses us all. And you shouldn't fuck with nature. Just because you have more feminine qualities doesn't mean you belong as a woman. That's what I'll say to that. You're okay being you as the person you are. If you want to change that, I'm not the guy for that. I'm not going to say don't, but I'm not the guy that's going to teach you anything about that. I'm strictly against it. I'm not against you as a person. I'm against that desire and what comes from the misunderstanding of your own fucking emotions. God made you as a man or woman, and you have an XX chromosome or an XY chromosome. And there's a reason for it. Maybe in a past life you were a woman. Okay? But until you learn the lessons that are being presented to you now, you will continuously come back here to Earth. Earth is a school for the spirits of the universe. You come here to learn. Okay? If you learn it now, you can evolve up to the higher dimension. Until you do that, you're stuck in third. Can't get to fourth till you master third. Hey, these help with that. This, you see me doing this a lot. Look at my tattoo. These help with that. And I grow them. And mail them. I mean, all right, lastly, you ready, Coach? Here's your segue, because I'm to the last of the list. What's your favorite strain? Penis envy, probably. Truthfully. There's this other PMV, mindfuck or something, PMF. I can't remember what it stands for. It stands for something mindfuck. That's a good strain too. Ready? Cool. All right. So, lastly, how to practically improve your practice. If you're going to choose something to practice every day, how do you improve this? I've just given it to you, and if you've missed the previous list, you can catch this video tomorrow on my YouTube and get the list. But we're at practice. We just went through practice something you don't know every single day. So involve half of your practice with drills and fundamentals to keep your current level of skill where it's at and improving, and then practice something you don't know to get better and better and better. Number 10, think and act with the end goal in mind. Like the attitude you present towards what you're trying to do. Is it, fuck, I don't want to go to the gym, dude. Fuck. This fucking sucks, dude. I'm still on TikTok, Mom. Give me just a minute. That's how she comes in to tell me. It's never, are you done yet? Bless her heart. I'm all she has. It's a burden and a blessing. Have fun and celebrate it is the last one. Have fun while you're doing it. While you're practicing, have fucking fun with it. If you fuck up, stupid, man. Try again. Have fun with it. All right, Coach. Let's see if I can get you on this multi-guest thing. Why? Anybody else? Comment down below if you know why my coach Joe Peoples, which is in my audience right now, is not a part of the list of co-hosts. I don't understand that. Why would he not be at the top of the list, TikTok? He's never on the selection for co-hosting, where his face is the same size as my face, right? Gets on my fucking nerves. Why ain't he on the list? Or why don't you leave the option to let somebody type in a tagline? Oh, thank you. Well, that sucks. They should change that. You have to be going live first. Coach, he had a call? I thought he just said he was ready, and then I took another 10 minutes to let him on, huh? How do you feel about anger? What is anger? You're here? Coach, go live yourself. Go live right now and let me test something. Or maybe not. You want to just be, you tell me what you want. You want to be a guest with a screen like this big that doesn't let me enlarge? I'll go live? Cool. Because if you go live, you might pop up here on this other list. Nettie, you're a genius. I love you so much. What's turned into I see growth in that. What's turned into I start at 10 and I get off at 12. It's 12:36. It's a good thing. Let you in. What is that? What do you mean? You mean on live? So if you want to, that's a.
Boom.
Figured it
There
out,
it is.
didn't we? Hell
Right
yeah.
on.
Hell yeah.
Learning new stuff every day.
Yeah, dude. What you got for us, Co? Enlighten me.
Oh man, well, you've been kicking ass. I'll say that. Lots of great
So
stuff today.
you got stuff do you got something off topic, or you got something pertaining to practice programs in progress?
Well, I mean, you've nailed that today, but I
Okay.
did want to say something to you because you've mentioned it a few times concerning your YouTube video where you're going out and you're helping this lady. and you've
Yeah.
referred to the camera work, right?
Uh,
Okay. What I want to say is, fuck the camera work, man. Don't worry about that shit. The important thing is the message you're sending. So
you
don't
see,
get
that's
stuck
why
on
he's a
that. It don't
coach.
matter.
That's why he's a coach, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he's my coach, and he can be your coach too. Because of that right
Well, what
there.
that is, yeah, and all that is that's the ego trying to get you to stop, right? Those are the things coming against you, trying to get you to stop, and you need to punch those things in the face and just move forward. So I don't want to hear anything more about bad camera work because no one cares. Okay, what we care about is other people, and you're going out and you're helping people that without you doing what you're doing, they wouldn't be getting that help, right? Without you sacrificing your time and your efforts and all you're doing, you wouldn't have 44,000 followers. You wouldn't have these people in this group right here, listening to what you're saying. Keep doing what you're doing.
Just keep
Don't
doing
worry
that.
about all the mechanics because the message is 10 billion times more important than the mechanics.
Let me ask you from your own personal
So,
perspective, because you've been following me for some time, and you didn't even let me know how long you've been following me as you were following me. but
right.
I learned that in your testimony. But so, can you verbalize the growth in any sort of way to help me? I mean, not that I need the help. I mean, I could use it though. Yeah, it helps me stay grounded, to know someone else sees the progress. What do you see?
Well, without progress, there's no growth, right? So when I came on here, I saw somebody who was in a lot of pain. I saw somebody who was searching for the answers,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing the whole time that he actually had the answers. He was speaking the answers, but he could not feel and encompass and embody the answers, right? And that's where I came in.
For
And
sure.
since then,
Amen.
and I'm not tooting my own
No,
horn here. I'm
you
tooting
are,
your horn.
dude.
Since then, I've
Continue.
seen
No.
immense growth. You've gone from uh, you've gone from a bulb to a tree, right?
Yeah, I like that.
And now you're growing into a redwood.
Ah,
And so that's a growth that I would say I've seen.
cool, man.
Hey,
Thank
bud,
you.
your pal
I
muted
needed
me
that.
because I asked about subtraits. Don't understand.
Oh, okay. Unmute. Can somebody help me out with that? Nettie, unmute him. Do you have a list of the people that are muted? I thought you were being critical, bro. That's why I muted you. Sorry. Anybody that's critical here, they don't get the pot that they don't get to be in the comments if they're critical. That's
Yeah,
the rule.
right.
But I'm
Now,
completely forgiving. Okay, so yeah.
yeah. So now, moving on. If we're talking about programming and all that, uh, I think we have to understand that the best way that we can learn a program is to unlearn the programs that we have. Right. So
Deprogram.
we have to unlearn and relearn. Because this right here, this is the first supercomputer that was ever invented right here.
Oh
We wouldn't
man, for sure.
have computers without this computer. This runs on programs, right? Get up in the morning. What do? You do your morning routine. You shower, you brush your teeth, you meditate, whatever you do. It's a program. Or you get up and go, oh, poor me, the world sucks. That's also a program. That's what I used to do. Oh, poor me, all that bullshit, right? Which steals your joy, steals your happiness, and keeps you stuck in a place where you just feel like, why am I even here? What am I even, who cares? And you just want to leave, right? Once you get out of that place, once you understand that you're never alone, life begins at that point, right? And I'm in a house where I'm never alone. I've got my wife, I've got my 5 kids, I've got my 3 kids out here, I've got my parents who have special needs themselves. My dad's got heart disease, my mom's got Parkinson's, right? I've got 5 children in this home with special needs. But there was a point in time where I was in this home and I felt alone no matter who I was surrounded by
Surrounded by
because I
people.
was not allowing myself to feel their love. I wasn't allowing myself because I didn't feel like I deserved it. And the whole time, I'm not only robbing myself of that, but I'm robbing them of me. Okay. We have to understand, yes, there is an I, there is a me, but there's also a we, right? And when you connect to the we,
Yeah.
and you go out
Yes.
and you spread that we, and that is the love, and that is the spirit of God that is within you, the spirit of the universe, whatever it is that your higher power is,
For sure.
and you live that, you don't have to go out and fish for anything because you're attracting it to yourself. It will
100%.
come to you.
100%.
And this is the difference between being alone in your mind and being fruitful in your spirit.
Oh. Moving from lonely to lone wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Being comfortable
Right.
and admiring the alone time that you get. Anybody?
Well, see,
If you're
that alone time is a time where you can either sit and you can dull your mind and you can watch TV, or you can go and do something unhealthy, or you can use that time to build something. You can build yourself up. You can build others up. You can come here on TikTok and do a live. You can put out a video that lifts somebody up, right? You can do personal development practices like we're talking about here, right? You can get on a group Zoom with 250 other coaches like I did when I was beginning,
that's cool. I
and
want
not
to
be
do
in a place where you understand your life at 40 years old because now you're divorced and your world's crumbling, you don't know what to do, and then by 41 you have found new perspective, you found new life, you have a new wife, and you bought a home and had a baby
that.
in a year. In a year,
Ah,
from divorced after 20 years living with my parents, and a year later finding the love of my life and buying a home with her, having a child with her, and taking on her 4 children that she had before me. So nobody can look at me and go, "Oh, my life's in shambles, and I can't do this, and I can't."
it's
No,
designed
you
by you.
can. It's designed by you, and anytime you say you can't, I say drop the T because you can.
Can. It sounds so um, childlike, right, to say something like that. But it's
It
so
does.
fucking true and simple that if you really, really think about it, just drop the
Right.
fucking T and figure out how to
Drop the
do the actions. Take the actions. The
right.
little engine that could, not the
Right.
little engine that
See,
could.
what happens when we get into adulthood is we sometimes lose our creative mind. We lose our creativity. But when we can get into that childlike mind and that creative mind, and we let those juices flow and we reinforce them, and we get other people around us that reinforce them, they see the same vision and they're building the same dream, things start to happen. But if you're telling something to somebody and they're not for you, they're against you. And if you keep bumping into those people, pretty soon you become
Change
those
the change.
people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You have to be around people
That's
who
induction.
understand your vision.
That's
Otherwise, you're
induction.
just putting your vision in the toilet,
Amen.
right? Don't,
I want to add to that because I've been listening to this book
yeah.
every day for 2.5 months, and the Kabbalion speaks to that specifically. Induction, that
Mm-hmm.
the mental states of other people and you surrounding yourself by them because of induction, you.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't go as often and don't stay as long when negative people are surrounding you in your life. Get the fuck away.
Right.
It's because of induction.
Right.
Surround yourself with
You know, if,
positive.
if they can't see your vision, they're probably blind to their own. So they can't see yours at
Uh,
all.
so true.
Okay. Because they're probably looking at you going, well, you can't do that and blah, blah, blah. And the whole time they don't have anything to back up what you're trying to do because they're too afraid to do it. Or they've done it and they failed and they've given up, or whatever their story may be. But you got to remember that their story is not your story. And a life lived by comparison is a life that's going to fail. You can't live your life
Man.
based off somebody else. You got to live your life based off your own unique gifts without fear of
Amen.
judgment, without fear of failure.
Amen.
Because failure is the way to success. You have to fail to learn. You
Exactly.
have to
Fail
learn to
forward.
succeed. You got to fail forward. Right. And you
Oh,
were talking earlier about, SMART goals,
huh?
right?
Yeah, I wanted to
And
speak on that.
for
Good.
some people, the SMART goals, I want to reiterate that for some, those are very overwhelming goals. I worked in retail for 25 years and SMART goals was all the rage, right? 16 years, I'm working for a big box retailer. I'm in a high level position. Okay. And SMART goals would overwhelm people. So there's another thing that I teach called the simple goals. It's a very simple 3-step process. 1, write down what you're going to do. 2, write down how you're going to do it. 3, put that in action. Now, I don't have an acronym for simple, right? Because then we're talking about SIMPLE, and we're talking about
amazing.
a whole
It's genius. It's
6-step
coming from
action.
you. You made this up. You got this?
Yeah.
This is yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at you.
This is mine.
Never doubted you. Give it to me again.
So, okay. Figure out what you're going to do.
What you're going to
right? Do. Write down how you're going to do it. Put it in action.
How?
Simple goals. Right?
What? How?
Because you have to start simple. Yeah. Right? And you could go to the W's, right? Or, well, it's not all W's, but when, where, what, how, why. Right?
Sure.
You can put all those down.
For
right?
Sure.
And those are all encompassed in those 3 simple goals, if you really look at it. So you don't need all that because it can overwhelm. And the reason I mention that is because people want to go from 1 to 1 million, right?
Exactly. You cannot skip
but
the process.
Mind, no, you can't. The mind needs specificity. So it needs specific direction. Hey, I'm gonna go make dinner tonight. The mind doesn't know what that means. It just means dinner. But if you say, hey, I'm gonna cook a steak dinner tonight, then you know you're gonna go get steak.
Oh,
this right here, this right here is a toddler, and if you don't direct it, it will get you and itself into trouble.
I love
you
your
got to
fucking
direct
mind,
the toddler.
man. Yes.
Hey, the only reason I know is because if I don't control this up here, if I don't tell it what to do, it tells me what to do, and when it tells me what to do, I get into trouble. I get into chaos. I get into confusion.
Dude, I can only
get into
imagine
depression.
how chaotic your life would get if for 1 second you took a break. You know what I mean? Like, I guess there's times for you to take a break, but you have to stand your ground with the life that you're a part of right now, and that
absolutely.
Your lifestyle is what I'm trying to hint at.
Well,
it's chosen.
Yeah, and I've been given great gifts by God. I've learned to use them, right? Because without them and without developing them, I'd probably be dead by now. Honestly, I probably would, right? Because 20 years of depression, 20 years of suicidal ideation, 20 years of horrible anxiety, panic attacks that put me in the hospital, things like that I had to learn to overcome. And I did it after I dumped the medications, after I dumped the therapists. Why would I do that? I'll tell you why. I went to work one day and I was on the stupid anxiety med that the doctor had prescribed me. I got back to work that day. I couldn't tell you how I got to work, what I did at work, or how I got home. And the next day I woke up, I realized that, and I said, screw this. I called in sick to work because I knew I would need some decompression time. I dumped the meds and I never looked back.
I've been there.
Right.
And not with the meds,
and
but I've been in that same situation.
Right. And here's something that nobody talks about. Addiction not only comes in the form of narcotics or alcohol. Hold on one second. Yes, honey, go use my laptop, okay? Because I'm on my phone right now. Oh, have Rain plug the charger in. She'll show you where it's at. Okay?
Oh, I don't know who she is.
Okay, well, can you go find her for me?
Should I watch it? Can you?
Yeah, you go on the big TV? Yeah, you can watch her on the big TV. Go ahead. I'll send her in here for you. Okay. All right. So guys, these are part of the distractions that I have, right?
It's okay.
I have a 5-year-old daughter.
What you're showing is everybody in this audience, Coach, is your skills.
Well, thank you. Practice. And yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a daily practice. Yeah.
Yes.
So give me 1 second. Makani, can you go put YouTube on in my room for Zoe, please? All right. So I'm sorry. Can you remind me where I was at?
Sure. You were talking about distractions just then. We were talking about specificity. So,
distractions.
Am I on track? I'm sorry if I distracted you and got you off course.
Right. What up?
Oh no,
hey!
You're fine. So, what's up, man? So another distraction that I had, right? I'm going to speak on distractions. Last night, I was getting ready for bed, right? Got settled. Everything's like 11 o'clock. Now the new puppy starts having some potty problems, right? So I'm up until 3 a.m.
Are
with
you on?
this dog. My wife wakes me up at 6:30 this morning. Hey, the garage is flooded. So I've been dealing with that since I got up this morning.
What happened?
And the whole time, I'm also doing this live, right? And I'm taking care of my kids and all these other things. And again, I'm not saying to toot
There's
my
an
own horn. What
echo,
I'm
you
saying that
guys. I
is,
don't know what it's coming from. I think it's. I don't. It might be
look at that.
the acoustics in the room that our new guest is in. What's your name, brother?
Blake and Sean in the 11th hour.
Cool, man. The echo's gone now, I think. Talk,
Okay.
Joe.
Yeah, so I had you hooked up to the area, bro.
Good.
Oh, very cool. All right. So the reason that I mentioned all those distractions is because when you're in the right mindset, you can actually overcome those distractions by learning how to manage them, right? And that's with, again, those 3 simple steps that I was talking about. And you just have to understand that you are more powerful than any situation that you are in. Okay. So you learn this process that I've taught myself, how to calm my mind and how to calm my body in any situation that I'm in.
Okay.
And believe me, when you have a 5-year-old daughter with autism, you
So
got to learn to
everybody
calm
in
your
the
body.
audience, you need to get a pen and pad and specifically write down this because it will help you. Oh! Enlighten us, Coach.
Well, the 3 steps. Do you remember what they are?
What, how, and act. Right?
Yes. What, how, and act. WHC.
WHA.
Or A, sorry. But
Yeah,
I see
it's cool, man.
I don't
I
know.
do the same thing all the time, dude. Forgiven.
Anyway, yeah. I'm going on very little sleep here, so I want you guys to keep that in mind. Not that I'm giving excuses. That's just
Hey,
reality
brother,
of the
your eyes
situation.
show that though. You need more naps in your life.
Oh, yeah. I'll get them eventually. But yeah, any questions surrounding what I've said so far?
I tell you what, I don't have any questions, and my mom keeps on calling me. So the floor is open to you guys, and I will be right back.
Yeah.
And the audience, get to asking in the comments.
Yeah, hit me with whatever you got.
Yeah, so I started watching.
11.
I think I found you first and didn't have the ability to go live because I was so new and didn't have followers. So then it became, what do I want? I want to go live. Why do I want it? So that I can, engage and talk to people because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the way it feels. And
Good.
So man, I don't know if it's artificial or whatever, but bro, I just started loving everybody, following everybody, and it got me the hard requirement, which is 1,000 follows. But whatever, man. I mean, I follow those people with. I'm finding that a lot of them are bots. But whatever. I mean, I don't know. There's somebody behind them. There's somebody behind it. And I don't know why they're there, what they're behind. You know what I mean? What the creation or that TikTok account is about.
Right.
But just living thankful every day, I think, is the secret for me lately. And focusing my energy.
Yeah, gratitude is huge, and a lot of people don't realize how big that is. Right, the more grateful you are, the more great things happen for you. And a lot of people live with this mindset of, why is this thing happening to me? And that's what they look at, and that's what they focus on. Why is this happening to me instead of why is this happening for me? Right? Why did I get divorced at 40? Why did my wife not love me anymore? Right? Well, why did that happen to me? Because there was somebody else waiting,
right,
who was going to love me even more, and who was going to pull me out of my bad habits, who was going to love me properly, right? Love me the way that I needed to be loved, right? Not the way I wanted to be loved, but the way I needed to be loved. And there's a huge difference, right? And so
when I attended Tony Robbins, that was a common theme. And in some of the breakout groups, people confessed at advanced ages, bro, they're cutting ties and they're just recreating themselves. And I mean, they were looking for counsel and guidance, and I'm like, hey man, do what you feel. And I'm basically telling the person at the possible detriment of everybody involved. I mean, people were saying I've got 7 kids, I've been together for 40 years and all that, and that's a huge stake to just pull up those stakes and go. But what's funny
Mhm.
is we stay in things a lot too long. We try to preserve things that just aren't working, and I don't know what it is in our. Well, I mean, I do know what it is. It's safe and it's
Comfort
comfort.
zone.
It's what we
Yeah.
know. It's not
Right.
scary.
Right.
And you being the father of an autistic child firmly understands that, I'm sure. Anything
Oh yeah.
brand new or whatever is disruptive and it's
Yeah.
scary.
I've got three. I've got three that are on the spectrum in
Oh,
total.
okay. Wow, that
Yeah.
must be
So
awesome.
then,
What a blessing. What a blessing for
yeah,
you.
no, it totally is. Between my wife and I, we've got 8 children. 5 of them are special needs in different ways. So we've got ADHD, we've got anxiety with a processing disorder, um, and then of course the autism on 3 different levels. So before you do, would you explain how the 3 steps help form healthy decision making, routine forming habits? Let me answer that real quick. So whenever you want to form a healthy decision making routine or routine forming habits, you have to look at what is the unhealthy thing you're doing. Why are you doing that? What is the unhealthy routine, right? And for me, it's like, okay, I'm looking at this, and why do I want to fix this? Am I fixing this because I know it's unhealthy, or somebody told me it's unhealthy? We have to kind of look at, is this our belief? Is this what we have learned? Is this what we have been taught? And is this something that I really believe in? Now, the reason I say that is I was brought up to believe that you have to work 40 hours a week for 40 years and then retire. Okay. That's the mindset that my parents had. Now, my parents never bought a home. My parents to this day rent the same house that they have since I was born and since before I was born. They never bought a home. They never had a career. They never had more than a 4-figure income.
Yeah.
Yes, honey. What can I do for you, baby?
Watch his bed in the sink.
Because I'm washing it.
What?
Because she had an accident in it.
She peed on it?
Yeah.
Baby Roxy?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. She'll have it by the end of the night.
Oh, the
So,
creative rush, you having that many people with such deep needs, bro. Like, I have to tell you, you're blessed at the same time. That's awesome.
oh, I'm extremely blessed. And my wife is a board certified behavior analyst. So this is her field.
Okay.
She works with special needs individuals, and she teaches me what I don't know. Um, and I was actually a dog trainer before I was a life coach, and I learned a lot about behavior uh, during that training to
With
become
Ken?
a dog trainer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I said
Yeah,
you.
and so a lot of that correlates to human behavior. You'd be surprised. So we have to reinforce proper decision making. Um, you know, and we got to go look what is proper for us in our environment, because our decision making shouldn't be decided based on what other people's lifestyles are, because it's not the same lifestyle.
Oh, for sure.
So
For sure.
you know,
Like
people might
that.
come in here and look at me and go, "You're doing this all wrong." I go, "And how many days have you lived in this house?" Right? You don't know what the situation is
Am I
inside this
coming in?
house. Right? So we're talking about decision making, and I was asked to explain the 3 steps, how they help form healthy decision making. So
Okay.
it's always really. I said all that to say this: when you reinforce a healthy habit, the bad habit starts to sink away. Okay, and
For
then when
sure.
you're
It
when you're
shrinks.
forming healthy habits, you have to reinforce them by rewarding yourself. Okay,
Building the
celebrate
dopamine.
every little victory. Right. So I have
Yeah.
this thing called what I call the quad cleaning strategy. Right. So you go into a room. Let's say this room is 10 by 20.
Uh-huh.
And you go, oh my God, I got to clean this whole room, and it's a big mess, and I'm so overwhelmed. And oh my God, what am I going to do? Right.
Break it
You're
down
going to
into
break it down
chunks.
into 4 rooms.
Compartmentalize.
Right. You're going to and if that's too big, you're going to break it down to 8 rooms. Right. You're going to work on one section. You're going to get that one section clean. And when you get that section clean, you're going to celebrate and you're going to reward
Genius.
yourself.
I can use
You're
this on
gonna
my
pat yourself
chore
on the
list.
back.
Or
Yeah.
it's like you talked about too. So like, not to add, but to add on to that, like you make each quadrant fun, bro. Like when you can learn how to transform the shit that you were afraid of or you hated to do, and it actually, and Tony talked about this, you convert that into something that actually creates a, like it's a dopamine response when you're, and it's at once scary. It drives you in, you actually desire it. You desire the stuff that you want, miserable or undesirable or uncomfortable.
True. Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Right. You're going into the mental gym, and instead of doing 120 push-ups, you're starting with 10 or 5 or however many you can do. You're just taking that first tiny step onto the mountain so you can reach the mountaintop. And the whole time you're building up your strength and your confidence.
And understand this, guys, epigenetic. Let me add to that. Epigenetics says that environment signals new genes. So if you're not taking the right actions, but you're sitting inside of your living room, get your ass to the gym and be the person that goes to the gym every day. And then as you're there, the environment will signal, maybe I ought to fucking do another, like a mile on the treadmill or something.
Ontogenetics.
Yeah. Remember this.
Onto creates philo.
Love that.
Yeah. Yes. So if you can get to 16 push-ups, do the extra one. Just a 1% increase. Do 17. Because if you're not feeling a little bit of pain, if you're not feeling a little bit of discomfort, you're not growing. Right. And you got to grow.
That's a great. That happened to me today. I was doing dips, and the app's telling me to do 37 because I did 36. And right when I did 13, 12, and then I'm going to do the other 12, and I'm getting to 9, and I'm like, holy fuck. Great example.
Yes.
Well, and then also have somebody to spot you so that like your energy isn't all the energy that's involved.
I wish. I guess I could reach out, but true. Yeah.
Well, no,
might go to the gym with me.
So negative repetition.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with asking for help too, guys. Remember that. The ego will say, I can do it all on my own. Sometimes you need a little assistance.
And you start doing push-ups.
And that's okay.
And then you convert to your knee.
Truth. That's true for me. Thank you.
And here's the thing. Sometimes if you think, and sometimes if you think you can do it on your own and you try, you can hurt yourself. You can get discouraged. You can get physically hurt, emotionally hurt, spiritually hurt. It is okay to reach out and say, hey, I need some help, man.
That's what this community is so like. Do you see the structure we're building as a team together, co-creating this thing that's like everything that you've never had inside of an AA room is inside of a WhatsApp community online at the push of a button. It's like 1,000,000% better.
So I remember what I was talking about and I got off track. And that was people talk about addiction, right? Narcotics, alcohol. People also get addicted to depression. They get addicted to anxiety. They get addicted to Starbucks, right? They get addicted to pizza. Addiction is more than just drugs and alcohol. But here's what they all have in common, right? They all are just habits, and habits can be changed. And the reason I say that is to say this, okay? If you're identifying yourself as an addict, stop doing that. You are not an addict. You are a human being.
Yes.
An addict is just
I
a
am
label that
addict
does
or
not
I am
belong
recovered. For sure. Sorry for interrupting.
Right.
Amen.
No, that's absolutely.
Yes.
I'm totally cool with that, man.
Cool.
But I want you guys just to think about that.
I think
you are what you believe you are. And if you're speaking that you're an addict, that is disempowering language to your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. Amen. In every possible way.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. Build yourself up through your language, because what you say internally and externally is what you experience daily.
There's that third predicate of willpower, ladies and gentlemen. That the language that we use to communicate not only to each other, but internally to yourself.
Mm-hmm. You guys liking your screens?
What?
I've got the shameless self-promotion going on right now. As long as we're live and you hit your screen, you're getting likes, bros.
Wow.
Good. Shameless self-aggrandizement.
I'm going to hit the screen more myself.
Self-promote, bro. No shame.
Yeah, dude. What?
that's only because I can
Welcome
help.
in, man. I'm glad we met. We would love to have you inside of our WhatsApp community. Are you already there?
Hey, bro, I joined, and I changed my name. You saw. That really resonated with me. You know, the challenge, the open challenge,
Damn, you did.
people coming
You
in
were
and shooting.
Bill. Ah, cool. I know exactly who you are now. Cool, man. Speak.
Yeah, everybody was like, what's that about? And blah, blah. And I've thought for a long time it was a little undignified and juvenile. And so my wife's like, that's your name. That's stupid. And
Criticism.
whatever it was you said, man, really motivated me. So I just took the opportunity and just switched the script.
Yes, dude.
Right now.
You've already showed that you have tons of knowledge and wisdom and experience to provide to the community. And what this idea is, I seeing it makes it easier for us to do is give from the place of what we have.
Right.
And that's all it takes. Mm-hmm. There's going to be in the future or now standing, there's going to be more of you in the group. People that look, sound, act just like you, make tons of make tons of decisions just like you have. It's because my battery's going dead. Yeah, and those people who you were 5 years ago, that's who you're going to help.
Yep. That's my life's mission. If I can touch the heart or the life of somebody that's much younger than me, when I learned the lessons that I learned, if I can touch their heart at a point in time that's going to radically change the starting point for their transition, my recognition of what I'm going through, sooner rather than later. That's my goal, bro. When I see it, I'm like, hey, you know, you have to be careful sometimes because it's an emotional issue sometimes.
It's okay.
But bro,
we're all working together to manifest this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to challenge you to start doing that now.
What's that?
Okay, I'm going to challenge you to start doing that now.
Okay.
Start touching those lives now. Start speaking to those people now. Do it on your TikTok.
Amen.
Do it on your lives, right? Because I don't know how old you are, but I think we're about the same age. Okay, I'm 47. I'll throw it out there. Okay, so here's the thing, right? When I was in my younger days, I used to speak at churches. I was a youth pastor. I was a youth minister. I was a worship leader, all that stuff. And I wasn't even in my 20s yet, and I was impacting lives.
Okay? Yeah.
Don't wait. You have all the knowledge and experience you need. And by what you just said here a second ago was you have to be careful. That tells me that you have the awareness to know what not to say. And that is an important part of being a coach.
That's a great insight.
I'm a retired peace officer. That's what I did. That's what I did to make a living.
Well, there you go.
Really?
So
you have all
reading the room,
experience
being aware of that he's different, whatever, you know, you can't
see what I'm saying is you have a skill set that you have a skill set. Exactly what I've been teaching all day today. You empower this skill set. And if someone else comes in and says, I want to replace my addiction and my bad habits with something better. And you're like, well, I have this skill set. And coach is like, I have this skill set. And I'm like, I got this skill set. And then 25 other people comment and like, hey, dude, we know how to do all this. And then it's like, all right, well, what do you want to do? Is it a podcast? Is it a book? Is it like,
it's so Tony, and you guys both been to Tony. I can tell just by the way you talk.
For sure.
And you know what?
Tony saved my life.
Me too.
Tony, what was awesome about Tony was, and Tony will tell you, I didn't originate any of this shit. He didn't.
Right.
He basically he's presented a different way, and it's not. And the purpose is really what's important. But what was awesome is, for 49 years of my life, I'd heard everything that he was talking, and it was said in a different way. And it's like this dude he's basically a spiritual brother, like. Because he's been on that same path and collected those things.
You guys seen that video where the guy's he's got the red shoes on and he's like, I hate my life and I hate myself. And man, it just fucking hooked me in.
Screaming at me, bro.
Yeah.
Red shoes. What is up with those? I remember that dude. I think he was from Germany.
Yeah.
Changed his life. Changed his fucking life.
But it's those realistic, honest call outs for sure that make us human and they connect us. They build those relationships of trust that are just, they're not fake. They're real. They're real as fuck.
Amen, dude. Amen. I got an example of that. Coach, me and Coach got an understanding. We've done a lot of lives together. I interrupt, but Coach is grounded and he has his structure and no time that I interrupt is going to maybe even for just a few seconds, throw him off of what he's talking about. And so instead of shaming me, like, fucking don't interrupt me, bro.
Dude, I could see that you're intentional, and
Yes.
you had a goal. You wanted to communicate some things, and it was late in our interaction of your live that I was like, dude, all these questions are throwing his ass up, because you kept saying it. Hey, bro, I'm off in the weeds. Hey, man,
I
I'm off.
lose my place. I'm trying
And
to
what
practice
it
to be
was
like Coach.
it was your excitement for sharing the real, which is people, but also trying to present ideas that would help somebody that may be at a different point. And so that's why I was like, bro, I'm distracting you right now. I recognized it and immediately withdrew, and just was like, man, there's other people that need to have him right now. Just leave him alone. And it was this time that I knew would come, and I just had to just fade into the shadows and let people just feel your
You
energy.
manifested it.
Join,
Yeah,
dude.
you
Join,
manifested that.
especially if you're a practicing and aspiring coach with the dreams that you voiced. Join the WhatsApp group if you haven't already, man, because that's where until we get to 257 members, it's free. And really, I probably stay there and pay a premium version to keep it there, unless another platform's got something better. And I haven't.
Well, so
Maybe
what's going to help
Discord.
you get there? Like, I can focus my energy on that and direct people. Do you have affiliates yourself that you actually would request that link within my bio or whatever that will
What?
direct my or not my what's the word I'm looking for?
I do it all the
My
time.
effort in your.
Yes.
So like a
Yes.
jump page, I'd be a jump page for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. In all areas, man. You come in to the Co-Create Oneness Network. You don't have a website or a coaching program. Coach Joe right here has tons of resources that allow you to build a program off of these other programs that
Okay.
like permission free. So it's like not there's no copyrighted bullshit on all of the lessons that you want to teach people. You choose the lessons that are important to you. You build your own program. You put your name on it. All of that, man. We're trying to provide pathways to complete recovery, not pathway. It's a blueprint. It involves it involves 1 million or more people that have
Everybody's house.
overcome their bad habits and addictions.
Everybody's
Yeah, and
house is
there is
different.
a
There are no two houses that are the same.
right, and that
Amen.
is an NLP. That is an NLP concept. If you're not familiar with NLP, neuro
I
linguistic programming. Okay,
Bro,
so
I was chomping at the bit for Scratch the CD, bro. When Tony
oh,
told
there
me
you go.
that,
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Uh
where's
huh.
that? Uh, yeah.
So the concept I'm talking about is the map isn't the territory, right? The map will get you from A to B, but it's not going to show you bumps in the road. It's not going to show you
It's not gonna
weather
help to take the
conditions. It's not
action.
going to show you all the stuff in the cities and the towns, right?
right?
So
Okay.
you prepare to go from A to B, but you still don't know all the things that are going to lie in front of you. And the reason I bring that up right now is because people will sit in their fear and let it hold them back. But every day they'll get in their car and they'll go to work not knowing what's going on, believing and trusting they're going to get to work. And they have no idea if somebody's going to hit them head on or sideswipe them or whatever it is,
It's just the
right? But
construct, though, bro. We're creatures of
it's a
habit. The human
construct,
being
Amen.
is
right?
Amen.
we're patterned monsters,
For sure.
and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't until I retired, and I knew I was in trouble. Well, I didn't know. I felt I might be in trouble when I retired, and I didn't have a job to report to. I just did not would be what I didn't know what was going to become of me, and
Because you,
what
yes,
became was
me
something
too.
I did on my off time accelerated into a daily freaking
It
habit,
was
bro.
like if somebody wasn't in charge of me and giving me a task list that I wasn't
Well, that
committed
and
to
the
planning.
the role of a field officer, a peace officer is, bro. You do not have to search for opportunities to serve people. It is presented to you every day you show up, and you can help, or you can help or hurt. It's up to you with
I have
every
so much to learn from you.
dude.
This is
It's
a
the
divine.
position of influence and the ability to actually assist people in so many different ways. And I
Yeah.
loved my time. I loved my profession. I loved that experience, and it made me who I am. But
Amen.
once it was gone, there was a void,
Void.
and I had
You're
no. I told my wife, I'm like, I'm fucking miserable, and I don't know why. And it wasn't until I went New Year, New You,
a good
and
coach. I
I,
could tell you're boiling this. Say it, coach. Say
bro,
what you can.
New Year, New You, man. I knew it. It clicked. It was like I don't have purpose anymore, and my purpose wasn't something that I
Yep.
had to really work
That's
for.
it.
It was automatic. So that was a blessing and a curse. So now I was at a
Mm-hmm.
position where I had to actually build an existence where I had to find those opportunities. I had to like proactively pursue that behavior. It wasn't just, I wasn't in a car driving, you know what I mean? I wasn't dispatched.
It's stagnant.
I didn't have pre-vetted calls and selling insurance, that sort of thing. I mean, I had to go door to door and I had to find them golden children. So
I've done
now
all that too. Dude, I mean, I was doing good at solar. I quit because I'm not passionate about it. I refuse to live my life doing a fucking task every single day, spending my time on this earth if it does not involve what I'm passionate about.
Well, I work for Amazon now. I'm in a position that actually gives me the chance to help. But yeah, it's like at the end of the day, I have to say it tongue in cheek because it's a capitalistic adventure, bro. It's like the goal is to make money.
Do you? Well, I mean, that's the right of every human, and with more money, you can help more people. So
right.
as soon as people realize that nonprofit just means
I'm not because with that capitalism, the Bezos and the Bezos Foundation, and he's got in Arizona.
I see what you're saying.
They do good shit with their money, bro. Please don't misunderstand. I
wasn't misunderstanding. I was saying that's good. I was saying all good things. It's good.
No, I know that. But I didn't know anything about Amazon besides I love the Kindle and I love the fact that stuff hits the doorstep and it makes my wife happy.
Hey, I've done a few audiobooks on that. That's an amazing platform for people that got a good voice.
Yeah.
You want an extra stream of income? What you got?
Leverage Audible, bro. That is on my to-do. I got to. Are you privy to it? Have you already looked into it, or is it just?
I've already recorded 3 audiobooks that I'm receiving royalties on now.
What does that look like, bro? What did you narrate, or what did you audio? It
was a book by Frank Ford Atwell called "Love and Contentment." And guess what? I did it in a British accent.
Oh, nice.
Love and contentment.
So what do you just go on the Audible website and sign up? And
acx.com. Yeah. See, synchronicities,
right, so,
bro. You guys I'm telling you, this is divine, ain't it, Coach? Don't you just love it, Coach?
Did you
it's amazing
information, or did you pay for that information, or did you find that on your own?
It's Googling. I wrote a book.
Okay.
And I was on KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. And so I sent this manuscript to a publisher, and then they told me how amazing the book was, and they read it in like 3 days. And I was like, I didn't even read my own book in 3 days. So I was like, maybe I'm onto something here. And I was like, well, I want to record an audiobook. I've been a musician all my life. I have the microphone. I have the interface, all this stuff. And I was like, well, fucking let me try. And then, so when I knew I had a talent for it, there was this book called it was about a blues singer that played with Muddy Waters, and it was his life story, and he wanted it read from the perspective of a black blues singer. And so
you had to talk.
I read it just like this, because I'm from Memphis and I can tell you how to get down. And like I read it, and
that's
it was
awesome.
like it's awesome. But then he stopped because I used that audio as a representation of my skill, and that wasn't allowed. It's copyrighted material. So I was like, whatever, man.
So you're saying they didn't allow you to express it in that inflection?
I didn't have a portfolio, so they wrote me back and said how cool that was and how. So I was like, all right, well, I need to use this as a sample of my work,
right?
And so I did that, and they were like, no, can't do that. Fuck you.
You have to stay uninteresting and dull.
Yeah, right. It's not like I'm giving away fucking 5 chapters of your book, bro. It's like a 2-minute segment of 1 chapter.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I took little clips of. I took a Muddy Waters song and I made that the intro to the audio book. Yeah, actually, if you go to acx.com and type in Dan Wilkes, you'll see my little samples and you'll hear what I'm talking about.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, dude. And I can help you with that too. I can all of that. That's the power of the community we're building, man. Is you realize a passion and there's people in there to empower it.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. My phone's going dead, guys. Anything else that you want to add? Any more questions you guys want to ask? Coach, Joe?
So I'm good unless you guys got anything for me.
Me too.
Do you have a time you're on? I heard you say
every day, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Where are you at?
Central Standard, Texas.
So 11 a.m.
Okay.
every day.
Awesome. Appreciate you. I really appreciate
Yeah, man. Thank
you.
You guys, I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single day, by reminding you that you're full of unlimited potential and you have gifts that this world is waiting to benefit from. Go out and make it your mission to spread love and light. I love you. You're amazing. And I hope that you have an equally amazing day. Namaste.
I love you. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
I guess.